these organizations are basically powered by the fighters. Whatever iota of power they have comes from the sanctioning fees that they siphon from fighters. And the reason that fighters go along with this is really because of their managers and promoters that use these organizations as a means of promotion, getting in position, climbing up the ranks, eventually fighting for a title if you're actually afforded that opportunity, because in some instances fighters are not. But that's the basic breakdown of why fighters continue to give any portion of their money to parasitic entities like the World Boxing Council, who oftentimes they don't do the job that they're supposed to do, or they don't do it the right way. This is the latest example. In other divisions, with unified and or undisputed champions, they abide by a rotation. We see it all the time. We see it at super bantamweight with Inui. They go by a rotation, the rotation of mandatories. We see it at 168 with Canelo Alvarez. To a degree, we saw it at 154 when Jermel Charlo was undisputed champion there. We saw it there that they were going by a rotation. They weren't just ordering mandatories at peculiar times. What they did to Dimitri Bivol, they did deliberately, and you can see that yeah, it's on purpose, because y'all know y'all not next in the rotation. Y'all know that. This is not y'all turn. But you didn't care, because the way you write your bylaws, it empowers you to do whatever you want. And Boo Boo the Fool is the one giving you the money, you know? The fighters is giving you that money, which is what empowers you to do stuff like that. Because that's basically how it breaks down. The reason that promoters take their fighters up these ranks to eventually fight for an alphabet title is as a means of promotion, and is as a means to an end, to get to meaningful fights and fight other champions, become a champion yourself. That's what it's all about. But the second that the fighters decide, you know what, I don't want to go up the World Boxing Council route, I don't want to go up the WBC route, I don't feel like giving y'all money, and then maybe y'all order a fight, maybe you don't, or maybe I become champion, but you start doing stupid shit to me like what they just did to Dimitri, because it was well known that the trilogy was next. Michael Eifert is actually the one in the queue right now via the IBF, not the World Boxing Council's mandatory, but it is what it is. Like I told y'all all of this was going to happen anyway. I told y'all, if push comes to shove and he got to vacate the WBC to stay loyal to Turkey, that's what he going to do, because that's where the money is. As far as the WBC claiming that he was only paid 2.7 million, no, he only declared 2.7 million, because if he declares 10, pieces of shit like you get a bigger piece of the pie, and we don't want that, which is likely why you're trying to castigate him. You got to make it make sense. Y'all saying he got 2.7. Nobody with a functioning brain cell believes that, but that's what you saying. Likely because that's the only dollar amount that he declared to you. If he declares 10, you might end up with something like $300,000 in sanctioning fees, and we can't have that. Why should you get that? You know? It's a lot of little things, but none of it is surprising and none of it is exciting. The bottom line is, as soon as these fighters and their managers stop feeding the WBC, they'll starve to death. That's what would happen. If these fighters don't take, if these teams don't take their fighters up that route, if they go up the WBO route or the IBF route, if they go up that route, well, y'all don't see none of that money. And the IBF and the WBO are better run organizations comparatively. They are better run organizations than the WBC. WBC just some crooks, basically. And y'all paying them to rob y'all. Well, not Dimitri. He told y'all, kiss his ass where the sun don't shine. You know, kiss him where the sun don't shine. Domo said, and David posted on his Instagram talking about, it's a shame that B-Ball chose not to fight me. A shameless, pathetic propaganda career. Yeah, but you got to think 10 steps ahead, Domo, that all this propaganda shit don't sell pay-per-views. You got a belt. Congratulations. Who you gonna fight though? Who you gonna fight? Because that's what it really all boils down to. See, everybody's not there yet with it because I knew this was gonna happen. You know, Domo, I've been saying it for weeks, for months. This was gonna happen. But now that you got what you wanted, okay, now what? Who you gonna fight? Because it's not enough to have a belt. A lot of guys got a belt. Fumalela Kafu has a belt. Fucking Ryosuke Nishida has a belt. You know, it's not enough to have a belt. It's a lot of guys that have a belt. Who are you gonna fight? That's the question. Because you don't get paid for having a belt. You get charged for having a belt. You don't get paid off of that. You get charged for it. You're gonna fight. And it won't be the winner of that fight. You know, at the risk of repeating myself, for those that didn't see the video I just uploaded, that dude is not staying there. He not staying there. He is not staying there. Because you don't got nobody to fight there with your WBC email title. You don't have nobody. The only people that are there for you to fight that are worth any money is Bivol and Better Beef. I already know you're not trying to fight them. That's why you doing all this, to get a belt without having to fight. David is now... Congratulations, bro. He's two-weight champion. See how many pay-per-views he sells. Who's he going to fight? It's very simple. Shout out to Isan. David between a rock and a hard place. The most he can hope for is a 41-year-old Better Beef off of 2 losses to Bivol. Nah, I don't think he's going to be around that long, Isan, to be honest with you. Jump on the panel, boy. I mean, I don't think he's going to be around that long, Isan, to be honest with you. There's nobody to fight. That's the problem. The only people that there are to fight, and I said this already at the risk of repeating myself, are Brits and the Russians. And the Brits is not going to fight you for cheap. You cannot pay them the way you pay David Morrell. They make money on their own. Without a belt, they make money. So you're not going to get them to come to America for the type of shit that you pay David Morrell. That is not going to happen. I think he's going to leave, Isan. That's honestly, Isan, that's been my theory. I don't think he's staying at light heavyweight because Yard not going to fight you for peanuts, bro. That dude get M's without a belt.
Yo, can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
It sounds like you in a washing machine.
My AirPods, hold up.
But yeah, like, I think I maintain my original position. There will not be a fight between these guys, and David is not going to stay at light heavyweight because the way you doing shit, you're not going to get a fight with nobody, bro. You're not.
Well, I don't think David's going to move to cruiserweight anytime soon because personally, I don't think he beats a lot of those guys right now. At light heavyweight.
Wait, fight. You think he going to cruiserweight to fight Jai Opaya?
Well, I'm not just talking about Jai, but I think Zurdo probably beats him at the moment as well. At light heavyweight, there's 2 guys that make sense for this belt. By the way, I knew Bivol was going to vacate. They'll probably do either Alberto Ramirez or hopefully Callum Smith, and then hopefully we can look at the Bivol fight down the line.
I would agree with you on Callum Smith, except did you see what Callum Smith is talking about? He's talking about an Anfield fight, bro. Stadium fight in Liverpool. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you that those guys in the UK are 7-figure fighters without a full title. That's what they get. They get paid like that. So yeah, if you tell one of them guys, yo, come to America, blah blah blah, I'm just telling you, you're not gonna get those guys in the ring for what you pay. Yeah, you got to calm down and let me finish the sentence, bro. You're not gonna get those guys in the ring for what you paid Vosdick or David Morrell. You're not. I'm telling you, and that's why I think he's going to leave the division, because all the real money at light heavyweight is tied up in either Saudi or the UK. Other than that, America has no stock, no stake in the light heavyweight division. So it ain't like you could just cool out here and fight people here. Remember, he wants to be on pay-per-view exclusively, $80 a pop. Well, you need the opponents for shit like that. You need the opponents, and you don't have them.
Yeah, light heavyweight is thin aside from the two guys at the top. So it's not looking great in terms of big pay-per-view events. And I don't know. There's a small chance that maybe they'll offer Callum Smith something good, but yeah, I agree that's unlikely. I mean, I don't know if Al Heyman really intends to have David headline pay-per-views with this belt because, like you said, there's no real big names.
He's been headlining pay-per-views without it, bro.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you answered your own question. Like, he's been headlining pay-per-views with an interim.
Well,
and even before, at both weights, what the Caleb Plant fight, the Andrade fight, the Vosdick fight, the Morrell fight. That's 4 pay-per-views without a real belt. So yeah, it's his intention. By now, it's established that it's their intention to have him fighting on pay-per-view exclusively. The problem is you don't have the opponents. You don't have them. You exhausted the one you did have in David Morrell. Now what? Those Brits, look, Joshua Buatsi and Anthony Yard are a great example. Everybody knows that a fight between them in the UK is a very big fight worth a lot of money. But at the end of the day, they just couldn't make the numbers work because they both won a lot of money. So when you turn around and say, okay, well, would they go to America? Yeah, but not for peanuts. Not for peanuts.
Well, we don't know what Al Heyman's going to offer. I mean, it just sucks that Turkey had to ruin things with this purse, with pulling out of the purse bid. But
Turkey didn't ruin anything because David wasn't supposed to be next, bro.
Well, we disagree on that. But
we don't disagree on that. It's a matter of fact. Michael Eifert has been the mandatory challenger since March of 2023. You want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you how long David's been the mandatory challenger?
No, I know that. I know who's been mandatory longer, but I mean, Michael Eifert shouldn't be them. He shouldn't be the mandatory. That's the thing. But
wait a minute. But David should for fighting a super middleweight.
They were both super middleweights who moved up, so I thought it was over.
Oh, so beating a super middleweight is better than beating a former champion at light heavyweight?
Which former champion?
At the end of the day, you're telling me that Michael Eifert should not be the mandatory challenger for beating a former champion in John Pascal. My question to you is, how did David become mandatory challenger?
Because they made the Vosdick fight, which I didn't even like. I didn't like the
What was he, though? What was he?
An old guy.
No, what was he? Was he not a former champion?
Yeah, and he was an old guy, which I didn't like that fight.
So then what makes David more deserving?
Well, because he's beaten Morrell. What
did Morrell do at light heavyweight?
Only had one fight, but okay, this is just semantics, so we don't really need to go into...
These are not semantics, these are facts. And I'm not even saying that David doesn't deserve the fight. You're automatically assuming that. All I'm saying is you're not next. They knew that. You weren't next. They abide by a rotation in every other division where there is a unified or undisputed champion. They absolutely do. That's what they do with Inouye. That's what they do with Canelo. That's what they did with Jermell. That's what they did with Errol Spence Jr. They abide by a rotation. Everybody knows that. That's what they do. But in this instance, you chose to break the rotation because you weren't next. And he hasn't been champion that long either. He's been champion, what, a few months? WBC champion. What, 2 months? Wow. You got guys that sat on a belt for years. You didn't order a mandatory for them.
Yeah, like Jamal Charlo. But nobody. Yeah, well, I don't think anybody, even the hardcore Charlo fans, defended him holding that belt hostage. So, I mean, maybe they did, but I don't see
it's not about defending them. It's just that you just told me that Turkey ruined everything by pulling out of blah 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 when Turkey didn't ruin anything because you weren't supposed to be next.
Well, okay, the fight got ordered by the, and again, I'm not defending the WBC.
Fight got ordered. It shouldn't have got ordered.
Well, okay, I'm not defending the WBC here, but the fight did get ordered, and the only one who
shouldn't have got ordered.
Well, it did, and we all know boxing's very inconsistent. But the fight got ordered, And the only guy who said he would not bid on the fight was Turkey. So that's why I kind of blame him for this. But either way, the fight's not happening. And
Okay,
these
so
British
do you
guys,
blame David? Do you blame David when he said that he won't fight in Saudi?
that's a little different because
No, it's not a little different. Please don't waste my time because I will kick you to fuck off this panel with no hesitation if you can't
Fine.
answer simple questions. When they asked David, would he go to Saudi? What did he say?
he
You know what he
wanted.
said.
Yeah, he said he wanted the fight to be in the US.
When they said when they asked Samson Lukowicz the same question, what did he say?
Yeah, he said he won't have David fight in Saudi, which I didn't like.
All right, then. So if we go off of the scenario that you present, let's just say Turkey did bid on the fight. They were going to go? What did they tell you they were going to do? They're not going to go. That's what they told you. They're not
True.
going. Literally in plain English. So what are we doing?
Because
It's not complicated, bro.
Well.
It's not complicated. Y'all got a love affair. I don't know, man. I mean, people that are less intelligent than I am just have a love affair with hype jobs because that's what he is. Like, y'all, well, not you, Fight. I'm not going to say you because I don't necessarily see you celebrating. But I do see.
No, I hate
I do
this.
see
I hate the fact.
people.
Yeah.
I do see people celebrating that he got a title, but it's like I don't know if people. I don't know if people are retarded or what. Like, you understand that this does nothing for him. Nothing. You got a belt.
Right.
Congratulations. Now the WBC can charge you more money whenever it is you do fight. Because I could believe that you don't fight again until Zerto becomes available. Because that's who I think you're gonna fight. You're gonna fight Zerto.
Wait, so
That's
it's
why-
official? They're stripping Dimitri. They're giving the belt.
No,
to...
he vacated, and they elevated David without a fight, Maning. Without a fight. No fight for the vacant title. Straight away, elevated the champion.
Damn, so he's officially a full champion.
Yeah,
now.
full champion, bro.
I
So-
fucking hate this shit.
He cut the fuck out before a main event on Turkey's dime. For real.
Yeah,
Hey,
one of the
yeah.
big
Hey,
problems.
David
Yo,
is
can
the
I
one
just
that
point out
started-
real quick? Hold on, real quick. Yeah, didn't David already told like Ariel Hawaii like 2 days after he beat Morel that he's okay with the trilogy happen? And
Yeah.
since they ordered the mandatory leak, out of nowhere, David had made no public statement saying that he wants to vote.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I mean, in the interview that you're talking about, he literally said, "Who am I to stand in the way of the trilogy?" He literally said that verbatim.
Yep.
Yeah, and the only
So-
thing that changed. The only thing that changed is that the WBC ordered it. But another reason why this is what sucks about this whole thing is that these UK guys, like you said, Jules, they get paid really well to fight in the UK, and these guys, Yard and Buatsi, they've already turned down fights with each other. So I don't think we're going to see any of them fight David. Like, it's either going to be either Callum Smith, but that's unlikely, or they'll pull Alberto Ramirez up, who's undefeated but fought no one. So it's the division's probably back to being, aside from this trilogy fight, because David's not going to fight the winner, it's probably going to go back to being pretty stale.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's stale for Americans. You understand? It's stale for Americans. I've been saying that all the money in the light heavyweight division is in two places. It's in Saudi, and the rest of it is in the UK. Because if you notice, America's not really producing light heavyweights like that. And the light heavyweight division, for the most part, is not a division where you see a lot of Mexican fighters and Latino American fighters. So a lot of that money is really split between Eastern Europeans and Brits, and in some previous instances, Americans. But that's no longer an American division, if you notice. Like, it used to be an American division. You used to have a lot of Americans in that division, but it's not like that anymore. So if you want to get paid, you're either in Britain or Saudi. And what I'm saying is, look, Yard versus Buatsi is a huge fight in the UK, right? That's a huge fight. But when they tried to make it, they couldn't make the numbers work amongst themselves for a fight that didn't require anybody to go anywhere. Nobody had to go nowhere. You could have did it right there in Britain on Boxer. At the end of the day, it didn't happen at the end of the day. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what are the odds then that you get them same guys to come to America to do a pay-per-view? And here's the other problem. Benavidez versus Buatsi, for example, not a bad fight at all. It's a good fight. Is it pay-per-view worthy, though? Americans are falling out of their chairs over Joshua Buatsi?
Nope.
No. Are they falling out of their chairs over Lyndon Arthur?
Nope.
Nah.
No.
Are they falling out of their chairs over Anthony Yard? Nah.
Nope.
Are they falling out of their chairs over Callum Smith?
Nope.
Nah.
But
Those
but
fights
out
are
of all
big
those
over
fights you
there.
just mentioned, the only credible one really is Callum Smith because Boatsi just lost. But
No,
when I
they're
said the
all,
division,
no, listen, no, they're all credible. This is what I'm telling. All those guys are credible, honestly. If David fought any one of those guys, I would not complain. But what I'm telling you is for a fighter who wants to fight exclusively on pay-per-view, right? $80 a pop, bro. That's what we paying out here. I'm telling you that in America, Benavidez versus Boatsi, Benavidez versus Yard, Benavidez versus Lyndon Arthur.
Bro, we're getting
One of the-
Benavidez versus Jesse.
Yo, Jules, I just wanted to go on record. Yo, you hit it right on the nail. We talked about this like 3 weeks ago. I had to come up here and get your flowers. I was being optimistic. You've been around just a little too long, and you said David gonna find a way out. You said, mark my words. You said David is gonna find a way out of this damn Bivol fight. And I'm listen. I rock with David, but this is diabolical, bro. You chose to be an email champion. You chose out of your own free will. One more fight, you were offered a lucrative fight with Caleb Smith, or probably on the undercard of that trilogy fight, and you were going to get.
He probably could have beat him, Clay. He probably could have beat him.
Yup.
we'll play.
You chose this. This is nonsense. This is diabolical. Period.
Y'all know that I'm not a fan of David Benavidez, but I've been saying this, that Callum Smith has an Achilles heel. If you crowd him in the pocket and you put him on his back foot, like John Ryder did, like Canelo did, oh yeah, you can beat him. He'll let himself get outworked if you do that. We've seen it over and over. So David, your own promoter admitted, I got the video. I use it all the time.
Yep.
Yo, they offered you millions and millions of dollars. Just handle this dude while you wait, and then you get to go. Simple.
Yo,
But, hey,
before you go into the super chat real quick, I've been hearing some stupid ass people say that Callum ducked David, and now look at the tables have turned.
bruh, at the end of the day, the narratives are for the podcasters, like myself, honestly. The narratives are for the podcasters to make money. The reality of it is a lot more simple than people realize right now. This don't translate into money. This shit is for us to talk about, right? For us to argue, for us to have something to upload to our channels. But balls to bone, this don't translate to money. You got a belt without a fight.
Yeah.
And that's David's fault. That's David's fault, right?
Yeah.
Somebody drops the belt. Let's blame David. Let's blame him for bad weather today. Let's blame
let
him
me
for
just
that
say
as
this
well.
real quick.
Bro,
Before you go off, Mirage.
Wait a minute. Yo, no, because I'm not doing this yelling shit. I spent 2 hours in the fucking gym. I am fucking exhausted. So I'm not doing this yelling shit. It's very simple, Mirage. They offered you Callum Smith while you wait. You said no. When the reporters asked you, would you fight in Saudi? You said no. When the promoters asked your promoter, when the reporters asked your promoter, would you fight in Saudi? Y'all still said no. So there's no confusion here about what was going to go down anyway. That best case scenario, Turkey would have been willing to pay for the fight, right? Y'all motherfuckers still wouldn't have won. It don't matter how you slice this thing. Y'all was not going to fight this dude.
Yeah, Jules, I'm a bit confused because I remember you saying Davey was going to come up with an injury, that he was going to take step-aside money. I'm pretty sure you criticized him.
Wait a minute. You know that he did, right? You know that his promoter said he's injured and he can't fight till September, right?
Are you saying that's why the fight didn't happen?
You said no. I said don't fucking put words in my mouth, you fucking idiot. You asked about an injury, right? You know, you do realize his promoter said he's injured.
No, your premise was
he couldn't fight in July. They had
Who's fighting in July?
They had a preliminary conversation with Vadim Kornilov about a potential fight in July, and what Samson told them is he can't fight in July because he's injured.
Well, that's lucky because Bivol ain't fighting in July either.
Here you go. Well, you can shut the fuck up and kick a fucking rock, you fucking idiot. You're not gonna waste my time tonight. I don't got to. He asked about a fucking I don't lie about none of this shit. I'm not a 12-year-old. I have no need to fucking lie about shit that's in the news. They literally said David is injured and he can't be back before September. You suck his fucking dick all day. You didn't know that? Get the fuck out of here.
You got a yeast infection again or something?
Shout out to Will. Boxing is dead in America. These podcasters, so-called journalists, and these fake fans are complicit with its demise. At this point, I'm just going to sit back and watch it burn. The WBC is a joke. Well, you know, I don't, because I'm not really the optimistic type. But I look at Bruce, I look at Abdullah, I even look at Richard, who I think is getting a bad rap. I think he did really well this past Saturday. I have hope. I have hope because these younger guys is not sucking nobody dick like the previous generation was sucking Floyd dick. You know, in the previous generation, the era that came after him, they was all trying to be him. Whereas these kids is a little bit more original. So I'm hoping, you know, just be your fucking self. You win, you lose, be your fucking self. Because we don't need Mayweather clones. But as far as like heavyweight, look, man, and I'm American, just like, well, my ship landed in America, I should say. The only divisions that Americans is kind of deep in is the little dude weights. Once you go past, once you at light heavy and cruiser and heavy, yeah, those is the big boy weights, and we not up there like that, bro. We not. I'm saying we not. Give me the best American cruiserweight. Who is he?
Don't know.
I don't know him.
Jab,
it's a Mexican up there. We don't got a guy up there, bro. We got Richard Torres and Jared Anderson at heavyweight. That's what we got. You got Eastern Europeans with 5, 6, 7 consonants in their name all over the fucking place. You could spit in the wind and hit a Uzbekistov. They all over the fucking place, bro.
Hey, don't forget about Wilder, bro.
Yeah, we got Wilder. He's gonna be in Wichita, Kansas.
But he's not. What happened to?
He's fighting Tyrell Herndon, bro. I mean,
yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out the timeline here. Okay, so Benavidez is too hurt to fight until September.
Yes,
but you didn't take step aside money for the Bivol fight for a fight you couldn't fight anyway.
Well, I mean, I don't think they got to the point because those conversations about a July fight, they were preliminary conversations. They didn't last long. This was months ago. Not months, weeks ago. I did videos on it. And Samson Lukowicz said, Benavidez is injured and he can't be back till September. Fast forward, right? Because that wasn't good enough. And I can see how all of this happened. Y'all went to the WBC. Give him some brown paper bag money. Order to fight. Leo actually put up that scenario. Give him some brown paper bag money. Order to fight. Y'all not after the fight. Y'all after the belt. Because y'all know this man is all tied up with this trilogy. Y'all know that's what they're going to do. David knew that before they had the second fucking fight, that there could be a trilogy. He knew, he said it himself. Who am I to stand in the way
100%.
of a trilogy?
And he called Bivol as the winner. And he called Bivol as the winner. So he expected it. He called Bivol for the winner. So
fast forward, Samson goes to Suleiman, who don't want Russians holding his belt, in case y'all can't tell.
Yeah.
I also think this is something that I noticed. This is just me. You could feel free to call it bullshit if you want. But I think Mauricio's mad at Dimitri that he didn't declare the 10. He declared the 2.7. Mauricio feel like he got shorted bread. That's why he mad. He get three. You could wait till I finish the sentence for something else. He get 3% of 2.7 million. That's about circa 90,000, right? Out of that 2.7. Whereas if you would have declared the 10, it's more like 300,000. So you can imagine how Mauricio might be angry that you got 10 but only declared 2.7, which is why now you're not playing nice. But fuck you, because why the fuck should you get $300,000, bro? The fuck do you do that you should get that? This is why I think he's also doing this, that he feel like they shorted him bread.
I think the WBC also did that with Dillian White. One of the many reasons why they froze him out for like 18 months or something as mandatory challenger, because he declared less than what he actually made for, I think it was the Rivas fight. But when I said earlier that the division's going to go back to being stale, I mean, Beterbiev and Bivol are two excellent fighters, but no one's been able to challenge them for a while, which is why I think the division, they're great fighters, but they don't really have any competition, which is why I feel
Well, look. The sun is setting on our tour, right? I don't look at the division through that lens. I think there's a light heavyweight, a Ukrainian one, a young one that I saw on Usyk's undercard. I don't know his fucking name, but he looks promising. Big kid, real big, lanky kid with blonde hair.
Yeah, like cornrows.
Yeah,
talking about.
he looked okay, and I'm okay letting the Brits do their thing right now because I do want to see Buatsi versus Yard though. I do want to see Callum Smith versus Yard. I just got Callum Smith versus Buatsi was a good ass fight. So yeah,
that was excellent.
So let's get Yard in. Like I'm okay with them rocking out momentarily. And you know, here's another example. David Morrell. I'm sorry, Brody, but you Cuban in America. They not gonna buy you, bro. This reality. It's not me. It's reality. You got to get up with an international promoter that could get you international fights because you just being in Miami, it ain't going to do it, bro. Cuban fighters do not have a good track record of becoming marquee attractions in America. They don't. Whether it's Lara or Rigo or Dorticos or fucking whoever, they don't pop like that out here. So you need to get off the island, go to either Eddie or Frank or somebody international that could get you them Brits because that's the only way you're gonna make money, bro. It's the only way.
Yeah, well, let's we'll see if he can get out like Carlos Adames and Wilder and Ruiz eventually did, but they were inactive for ages before they did get out.
Yeah, but look at Carlos. Look, I'm Dominican. Carlos is Dominican. I'll be the first one to tell you that dude ain't gonna make no fucking money. You lucky you got to go to Saudi because that's probably the most money you ever made. Out here, you're not gonna make no money. It's not a strong enough Dominican contingent to make you a Dominican Canelo. It's not, bro. Like all the Dominicans is either in New York or Florida, and the rest of them is in spots. You just not gonna pop like that. So your best bet is to get with somebody international. Because look, you WBC champion, but nobody on earth gives a fuck. Who cares, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel, by the way, Daniel Lappin. That's the name of the light heavyweight you were talking about.
Yeah, Damian Lapine. Yeah.
Right.
He could fight, and we'll see, you know, but the light heavyweight division, which used to be a primarily American division, or we had a lot of bodies there for a time, that's a European division now, bro. That is a British and European division now. It has been for at least the last decade, at least. The Vosdicks, the Better Beeves, the B-Balls, the Umar Salamovs, the fucking. So it's a fucking Europe. Go ahead, Isan.
I pass the David shit because you and I have been talking about that for a while. That shit was never gonna happen, regardless of how it went down. He was never fighting them. And honestly, getting that belt, it doesn't do shit for him. The belt is only as valuable as the fighter who has it and who is fighting. So that belt is meaningless. But I want to ask you though. So we know we're gonna get Bivol, Better Beef 3. I like Bivol in the third. I think Better Beef's done after that. But what do you see Bivol doing after that?
I think he could go to look. He has options, so it's really what option do you think is more likely? Because there are guys that he hasn't fought. You know, he hasn't fought Callum Smith. He hasn't fought Anthony Yard. Right. Those British fights in the UK, those are worth some money. So does he stay there, defend the crown against them guys? Or he did mention going up to Cruiserweight. He mentioned that shit.
Yeah, he's been talking a lot about it.
Right? I don't think
for the winner of Rositsky versus Jack. Now I'm pretty sure you're thinking about Badu Jack. That's who you were looking at. Like I could beat Badu Jack ass, and me and him, we was supposed to been fight in 2017.
Well, he told Vadim specifically, I want to see Badu. But you know, there's also a fight that could happen that we're not even contemplating really. I know it didn't happen before, but bro, if Canelo beats Terrence, Turkey might throw him a bag for that Bivol rematch, bro.
Oh no, yeah, I got Dimitri stopping him this time.
And the thing is, I actually
really
yes, if they fight again, the shit that I saw was Dimitri was on cruise control, bro. He was just doing enough. I'm beating you. I don't need to do nothing. I'm beating you already. I'm on first gear beating you. But what I saw in the Artur Better Beef fight that I did not think, bro. I didn't think he was going to win the rematch. Yo, dog.
We called it on your channel.
He was taking it to Artur, bro. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop, 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 pop.
The thing is
Stepping
that
to him.
He showed he got a grit in him. He showed he got a grit about him that when tested, he has a real grit about him, and I could definitely see him doing Canelo bad next time.
And if Artur could not stop this motherfucker, if he Canelo, you don't throw in one, and y'all know I fuck with Canelo heavy. Y'all fuck with Canelo, but your output, you don't throw enough. Like already off top, you don't throw like that. You don't throw as much as Artur. You're a counter puncher, and you don't crack hard enough to put a dent in Dimitri. If Artur couldn't, you're not, bro.
And the thing is, it's like Artur forced Bivol to finally get out of first gear. That's the only time he's ever gotten out of first gear that I've seen in his career. But I think Turkey could offer Canelo the kind of money to where he'll take the rematch, and he might even take it at 68.
Yeah, but you saw the other names they mentioned. They mentioned Shiraz.
Man, bro.
They mentioned Yanni Beck is piping up now. He like, yeah, I want to fight you. You see what I mean? They like
the thing is though, Julius. Like, all right, let Bivol. All right. Let's say this: September, Canelo beats Bud. October, Bivol wins a trilogy with Better Beef. He's 2-1, could be 3-0. You're telling me that Turkey wouldn't be more interested in seeing them?
I'm not saying, bro. I'm not saying Turkey wouldn't be interested. Will Canelo? Will they really do that? They gotta know. Y'all not winning that rematch. Y'all not. I mean, I fuck with Canelo, but bro, you don't win that rematch.
The thing is, since they first fight, Canelo has treaded downwards, and Bivol's gone up. If anything, they've gone in opposite directions, so it's only gonna be worse for him.
Yeah, like Canelo got dudes that stare right. Like, look, and this is just me being cool. I'm on my cool shit. I'll be cool with Canelo versus Mabili. You feel me? Because he in line. Mabili is in line via the World Boxing Council. He's in line to become his mandatory. I would be okay with that fight just because I know a lot of punches is going to get thrown. Pacheco is his WBO mandatory challenger. Now, Canelo Alvarez, you don't seem to want to retire. You're not talking about retiring, and you still got all them motherfucking belts. Well, it's a new crop of mandatories that's sprouting. Pacheco BO, Mabili BC, whole ass. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I like Caleb. He good with the BA. He got the WBA Reggie. Who's the fucking guy for the IBF? I gotta look. But it's a new crop of mandatories already sprouting out of the ground. And as long as you got them belts, you're gonna have to answer to some of them. Some of them you're gonna have to answer them.
Bro, line them up, bro.
I don't think Canelo's going to move back up to 175, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're as a fighter, you know your limits. I don't think Bivol is going to move to cruiserweight. I think because even his manager is saying he doesn't think that's a good idea because he looks small against Beterbiev. Like it makes no sense to go and fight guys like Jai and Zerdo.
Yeah, but can we say this? Can we say this? Look, here's the reality. Badu Jack was never the biggest guy. He was never the biggest guy. All right. He used to campaign at 168, remember? Then he moved to 75. And he was at cruiserweight for about 3-4 years and 8 fights. Not a big guy. He did fairly well. Zerdo got taken to school with a lunchbox and a juice box. He unified champion up there, bro. Unified champion. So all I'm saying is, I know Dimitri don't got a lot of size. I understand that. But lesser fighters than Dimitri have picked up titles there. Lesser fighters than him have won titles.
Badu Jack's just. I mean, he's just really holding about. He's not really the big. He's not.
No. Before that, I'm not talking about this shit that just happened. Before that, he knocked out Lunga Makabu.
Right.
He knocked him out.
I mean, the thing is, it's gonna depend on not just moving up. It depends on who he fights, how big they are, how good they are. I mean, really. You're only really talking about Zerdo and Opaya as far as
let's cut the bullshit. If my Canadian stallion, if he knock out Jack, right? And he's a dangerous dude. He could knock out Jack. Jack ain't fought in 2 years. Jack is 42. He might knock out Jack, right? But I tell you what the fuck, Rhode Island. Okay? Bivol beats that dude.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bivol beats Rositsky. He could win a BC from Rositsky. He can. Yes, he can.
And he can't.
Wait, you think it'd be Rosicki?
Yes, because Rosicki struggles greatly with movement. Watch both the Peralta fights. If you could move, you could win.
That's a big physical guy, though.
Yeah, but the
Te lo
thing
estoy
is,
diciendo, manín. Ese fucking Argentino, he fought him. All the dude has is movement. He don't got nothing else. He could just move. Con ese movimiento, yeah, he made Rosicki look regular, bro. Long as you're not trading with him, you'll be okay.
How do you think Bivol would do against Jai? Which would be the biggest test?
Te lo voy a decir.
He will.
Jai Opaya, I don't. Let me finish. Jai is vulnerable mid-range and inside. That's why Breedis was tearing him up. And Jai, I fuck with Jai. Don't get it twisted. I think he's the best of them at cruiserweight. But he do swing wide, and he does have a gas tank issue. It's noticeable. If this shit gets past, if you don't knock out Dimitri in the first couple of rounds, yeah, you might gas out and get dominated. I'm not even playing. I'm not joking.
Yeah, real quick.
So you give him a chance against Jai?
Yeah.
A chance, un chance. Don't read too much into it. Un chance, a chance.
Right.
That's what we say.
Hold up. Why am I hearing Bivol and Rosicki? Are you forgotten what the WBC stands for? World Benavides Council, okay?
Yeah.
It's not happening.
You're right, but here's the shit. Who's making Ryan Rosicki title shot possible? Who paying for that?
Turkey.
Who fuck with Bivol?
Turkey.
El Turkey.
El Turkey.
I mean,
but we'll see if Benavides. Let's see if Suleiman's bitch ass will kiss the ring.
No. But two things. If Bivol fights Rosicki, I don't think it's gonna be the WBC is gonna be involved. Maybe they're gonna collect their sanctioning fees, but they can make that fight by themselves.
Eso es lo que es, que tú no tienes que ordenar esa pelea. They could do it amongst themselves, negociar. You don't need them for nothing, bro.
And the other thing is, why are we doubting people like he wasn't a pound for pound fighter?
Leo, eso no soy yo. Son ellos.
The motherfucker cannot compete in another weight class after being undisputed and after defeating Beterbiev. He cannot.
Si el maldito zurdo, si zurdo puede y Badu Jack puede, Bivol can't? Come on, guys. Come the fuck on.
Yeah, that is true. I'm just thinking because that's a big jump. That's 30 pounds that he's moving up almost, right?
No, is it a big jump? Yes. But we literally have seen lesser fighters, older fighters. They doing okay. And they're good fighters, by the way, because I think Badu Jack is kind of underrated if you think about it. He's kind of underrated. But that's not the point. He was up there already in his late 30s, and he was winning, bro. He was winning, and he's not big for cruiserweight. He's not that big a guy, but he was winning up there.
He's the same size as Dimitri, maybe.
But it just comes down to who Bivol fights. Again, fights Rosicki or Jack, he them. Third or rematch, it's tough to not obviously pick Bivol because we already saw him beat him. Though I do think Zerto has gotten better at cruiser. I think it's a better weight for him. That's an interesting fight. That is an interesting fight.
Could be better.
I know we saw Bivol beat him, but I'm telling you, that's not an easy fight. That's not the same fight at cruiser for him.
No, Zerto, you're right. No, I agree with you. He's gonna be more durable. Yeah. Way more competitive at cruiser. That fight, way more.
Julius, aside from that, he's also he has upped his skills too. He's not an old guy. Zerto he genuinely got better. So I mean, you really can't pick him to beat. I don't think I can pick him to beat Bivol, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gave him a lot of issues and did skate by him. Opaya, I'm sorry, Bivol don't beat him. You don't hit hard enough, bro. What is Jai gonna fear? What is Jai gonna fear? Really,
that's what I'm thinking. That he doesn't punch hard enough.
He's gonna work him out though.
He's not fast enough.
You forgetting. See, I'm like Isan. I know your concerns are legitimate. I'm not even dismissing those concerns. That like, yo, Opaya hit like a fucking mule, bro. That dude is retarded, bro. But the way you calm a motherfucker down, that counterpunching, Hit him with shit he don't see. It's not that it gotta hurt. It just gotta disrupt him. He go for a shot. The fuck. Go for another shot.
So he doesn't. So he can't set. You know, if he doesn't set, then he can't throw his punches.
See, but the thing is, this would be a fight to where Bivol has never even fought a guy like Jai in the sense of he also has that step back in and out movement. Not saying it's better than Bivol's, but you got to remember, 25 pounds, bro. Bivol's legs aren't.
Yeah, but he not. My thing is, look, Jai Opataya's movement is good against cruiserweights. I feel like I'm talking about Usyk and Fury again, in a manner of speaking. What you do gives you an edge over other cruiserweights, but you don't actually do that better than this guy. You're not as subtle. You're just not as subtle. The moment if you watch Opataya in action, pause, no homo, those are broad strokes. Like, yeah, he take a half step back, but it's a big old step. It's a big old
a big guy. Yeah, he's still a
sloppy old step.
He's a heavyweight. He is a heavyweight.
It's centimeters, man. It's inches. It's very subtle. You almost don't fucking see it unless you're staring at the fucking screen. And that's how I felt about Usyk and Fury. You remember the argument I made that, yeah, Fury could box and he could move for a big guy, but you don't move better than this guy. You don't.
The thing is, it's the coordination that the smaller guy has. Bivol will have the coordination on Jai. The only issue is playing the mid to long range game versus Jai. That's not where Jai's weak point is.
Jai is vulnerable mid range. It's long range. He's look. His best punches is straight, right? And he's aggressive, so it's straight punches coming in. But once he's in, yeah, he's vulnerable. That's how you got your jaw broke by Breedis on the mid range to inside. And I think if Bivol got a shot, I ain't saying he win. But y'all can't tell me, yeah, it's a foregone conclusion that he get rid of him. Brody, you fought Maris Breedis was like fucking 40, and you didn't get rid of him neither time you fought him.
The thing is, though,
and he hurt you bad both times.
The thing is, though, even though Bivol, he likes his mid to long range in and out style, he himself has also struggled with guys who have length on them too paws. So that's where Jai also would give him too, though.
Shout out to let me read these super chats. Shout out to WMMA. All this paid PBC shills, like the Morning Combat guys, came out in force saying David is being avoided, shaking my head. The narrative is being enforced. It absolutely is. Divine Valley said, so the WBC basically broke the queue and set a precedent that it does not need to adhere to, and messing up how the works over David. Really, yeah, because they adhere to a rotation in every other weight class. This is not some shit. This is not Julius's perception of the shit. They literally adhere to a rotation in every other weight class where there is a unified and or undisputed champion. Dimitri has been a champion for a few weeks, and y'all decided to break the fucking rotation. Been a champion a few weeks with y'all.
The other thing, I asked you this a couple of days ago. The last time that the champion satisfied a WBC champion satisfied a mandatory in the light heavyweight division was Veterbeer in Callum Smith. That wasn't a long time ago. Like,
that was
last January.
That was his mandatory. That
was
last
January.
So the mandatory has been satisfied. It's more than
Leo, dilo lo que es. Ellos lo hicieron de maldad. They did it to get the belt away from the guy, bro.
Yeah, you cannot expect to, as a champion, as a unified champion, to satisfy a mandatory every fucking year or every fucking 18 months. If you have a guy that he's undisputed, you have to wait in the rotation.
But you see what I'm saying? Do you see them doing that to Inui? Do you see them doing that to Canelo? Did you see them doing that to Jermel? When Spence was a unified champion, did you see them doing that to him? No. They didn't do that. None of them. Bivol is champion for a few weeks with y'all. Already it is mandatory. And y'all knew. Everybody knew. Y'all not next. The IBF is next. That German dude been waiting for like a year and a half. Y'all not next.
This is what it is. This is what it is. The WBC is trying to just make up to David for the 168 shit. That's all it is. And because they dislike Bivol for one beating Canelo and because he's Russian. It's that combination of those three things.
Yes,
but more so than not, what it is they know they didn't didn't go David's way at 68. They like David more than they like Benavidez, more than they like Bivol or Benavidez, but they didn't like David more than Canelo. So say, hey, go to 75. Guess what? We're gonna do you the favor. We'll push you in front of everybody else. We'll do the wrong thing because fuck these Russians. And now we
pretty
got
much.
That's and I've been and since he got to light heavy for that interim belt, I said, how are you fighting Volchnik, who hasn't been anybody in the top anywhere near this division for an interim belt? And I'm like, okay, I see it. They're hooking you up because you got fucked over at 68 in some way. But I see what it is. They're
but he got fucked over by them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And they claim loyalty. They claim loyalty to the WBC.
That's why I don't have a lot of sympathy for David. Like, all right, does it suck for you that you're not? Yeah, of course. All right, yeah, sure, it sucks. But you are choosing to stay with this fucking bullshit ass promoter, one, and you're choosing to go for this fucking sanctioned body who you're loyal to, who you just cussed out last year.
No, and here's the crazy thing, because why
am I gonna feel bad for him?
This has always been in the back of my head that this is not about Canelo per se. It's just that if you would have went the route that you just went, right, with Canelo, Brody, all you would have got was 25%, 25, 30%. And I know Sampson want more than that. That if you go that route where, yeah, we're gonna order it and we're gonna enforce it on Canelo, let's just say the WBC played ball with y'all. All y'all would have got was like 25, 30%. And I know Sampson wouldn't have been happy with that. That's why I've always questioned, did they really want that fight? Because if you go the mandatory route, you don't get the big payday. You don't get it. Or you're going to get
They never wanted that fight.
No, but
David has been on multiple times, multiple videos saying he's not leaving the street. This is not the first time that he ever said he's not leaving the street. He said that before.
That's the thing, because I understand that you are talking about the money that obviously is going to be very important for Samson Lukowicz and David Benavidez, but I don't think that the money, just the money narrative is adding up, because they offer you a fuck ton of money for Callum Smith and you didn't take it. Why? Because it wasn't going to be on PBC. It's going to be...
Espera, pero esta es la otra vaina. Ellos no son pendejos. Ellos no son pendejos. La otra vaina es que, mira, they're nervous as fuck, dog. Look, we could look at the fight and we could think what we want, que no, que le gana a Callum y toda la vaina y toda la bulla y todo lo peo. Pero Simpson un pendejo. David un pendejo. Them dudes is terrified of what's out there. They're scared to death, dog. Ellos no quieren pelear con nadie. Well, because he fought a fucking 37-year-old Vajdik. Un cubano that sounds like he just got a fucking root canal. Get the fuck out of here, dog. If they let you...
Root canal.
No, porque tú sabes que yo voy para allá, manín, porque no me da la vaina.
And the other thing
papi, no te creas aquí.
Yo peleo por la patria.
La patria.
God damn it.
Yo peleo para Fidel y la patria.
And the other thing, Julius, about the Canelo Benavidez fight and all that shit about the mandatory position. Maybe it was about the money, but I sustain the primary reason why that fight didn't happen, that why they didn't push for that mandatory to be enforced, is because Samson, I'm going to talk about David Benavidez and his team. You were afraid that Canelo was going to take away that fight away from the PBC. That's what you were afraid. You were afraid about the split on the money, yeah, but if that fight goes to the zone, yeah, you were never
te
going
jodiste
to
tú, te jodí. Exacto, es verdad. Porque que cuando la vaina estaba pasando, and Eddie Hearn said, yo, I'll pay for the fight. And what Sampson said, okay, but as long as PBC gets the rights, like, what? 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 How?
It's so fucking ridiculous.
How the fuck they gonna pay for the fight and give you the fucking rights, dog?
They're putting them. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why people defend that shit.
Wait, so Mauricio, he's upset because Bivol didn't get he didn't claim his taxes. Let's just say that.
Ponlo así, yeah.
Yeah, but how much does he think he's gonna make off of David?
bueno también, I mean, like, valid point. Don't get it twisted, a valid point. But stupid people do stupid things, bro. Mauricio's not a smart man, you know. Like, he's not smart. Like, you understand that by taking that belt away from Dimitri, even if they didn't claim everything they got, you're still going to get more from them because they're fighting with regularity. David fought once last year, you fucking idiot. What if he only fights once this year and he already had the fucking fight? Then what do you get, you fucking dumbass?
Yeah, guys, we're talking about. Hang on. We're talking about a man who is so stupid he thought slapping his logo on a hat made him the new UFC.
For real.
Yeah, and don't forget something, that there is a difference between brown paper bag money or whatever the fuck it is, and the money that you collect from the sanctioning fees.
That is true.
It's not the same that collecting. It doesn't get put in a suitcase and Mauricio Suleiman takes it to the bank, to his bank account. It goes to the WBC as an organization. If you get money under the table, that money comes to you directly, independent of what it is.
Exactly.
And there's, if you're talking about Las Vegas and casinos, that's what they do. They have a.
Ellos tienen un negocio con ellos, eso sí.
They have a myriad of ways to put money in your pocket with all kind of methods.
Shout out to Domo, scared to death. They shook. El cervecero said Samson tiene pacto con el diablo. Strategy worked. Nah, I mean, like, what I see, because they're so arbitrary and stupid, just screen record this and remember it. You got a belt. I would be surprised if you actually defended before going to Cruiser. I would be surprised if you actually defend it before you go to Cruiser. Because I just can't for the life of me see who the fuck are you going to fight.
London Arthur, bro. I have a feeling it's going to be London Arthur.
You don't think they'll try to pull Caleb?
The thing is, look, Caleb is a good shout, right? But that dude, Escabrit, that dude don't fight on the cheap. Ever since he won the World Boxing Super Series, he get paid a lot of money, and he used to that. And that's a part of the reason he wasn't more active in the past, holding out for more money. Now, this motherfucker just fought in Saudi, right? He just fought in Saudi. He's WBO interim, right? It's going to take, I feel, it's going to take a lot of money to bring that motherfucker to America. Oh, yes. Because he could always fight in Liverpool at Anfield against Joe fucking Blow. Like, yeah, if you want this motherfucker in America, you got to pay. And y'all don't pay. Come on, what the fuck you think they gave David Morrell? Fucking Vajdik. What the fuck them? Nah, man. I don't think they can afford him. I don't.
Don't forget, Julius, that fight was already offered to him.
For millions.
For a fuck ton of money. And I don't know the amount, but Samson was talking like it was a lot. Are you willing to match that if you want to make that fight on the PBC umbrella?
No.
Exactly that. What Callum would have got in Saudi for that same fight might now be less because y'all trying to do it in America. And I just said this at the top of the show. Do I like that fight? Oh, yes. But is that pay-per-view worthy? No. You're not going to sell nothing with that. You think these American motherfuckers going to pay you $80 for some Callum Smith? Fuck out. Like, nah, homie, that's not happening.
That's a fact.
They're not going to pay. Like, motherfuckers is tired of this $80 shit. And for a fighter, this is the main shit. For a fighter who insists on fighting on pay-per-view exclusively moving forward, I'm sorry to tell you that, nah, unless it's Bivol or better beef, nah, homie, sorry. I think the Yard fight is an excellent fight, but if you tried to build that as a pay-per-view in America, that shit not going to sell nothing. Americans don't know Anthony Yard. Don't know that motherfucker. Don't know Smith like that. All they know about Smith is that Canelo beat him. That's what they know. Canelo beat him and Artur knocked him out. That's what they know. And they gonna pay 80 for that? No.
No, Julius, you're forgetting something. We are talking about the PVC. We have two options. Either we make good competitive fights with top tier opponents in the respective weight classes, or we make fight with bums coming up in weight.
Okay, who's the bum? Who's the bum? Even the bums. What, you think y'all gonna get Edgar bitch ass Berlanga to play ball? Bro, that dude is gonna want 25 million, bro.
Oh yeah, fact.
And who you gonna bring up? Bektamir Melenkuziev? $80 for Bektamir Melenkuziev.
Edgar's new pronoun is face of boxing.
For real. Whenever you see me, you address me as the face of boxing.
You address me as the
Julius,
face of
that's
boxing.
Proud
a good
loser.
question. If we are talking about motherfuckers from PBC motherfuckers from super middleweight, who can move up to fight David Benavidez? Because he's not gonna fight
Manín, no hay, eso es lo que yo estoy diciendo, que no hay nadie. They exhausted their resources with David Morrell. There is nobody else. They don't, what? He gonna do a rematch, Caleb Plant?
No.
That's who they got at 60. What, Jermall Charlo? You gonna do Jermall Charlo at 75?
God, all those fights stink.
Adames? They gonna make Adames move up?
Eso es lo que yo estoy diciendo, Leo, que there's no, and this is why I think that when I look at that landscape, just anything along the perimeter of that landscape, there's almost nobody to fight. Not for a fighter who insists on charging $80 at a time for a fight. There's nobody out there. You look, I don't give a fuck what Dan Raphael said in his fucking diabetes. That motherfucking Morrell fight ain't sell shit, dog. You're not gonna lie to me. I know it didn't sell shit, dog. And that
Nobody
was
bought that shit.
Nobody bought that shit. Me and John bought that shit. That's who bought it. Me and John.
And I didn't have a link.
That's just it. None of the current fights that are available draw fucking flies to shit, let alone money.
The economics of the light heavyweight division do not stack up for an American-based fighter who insists on fighting on pay-per-view exclusively. They just don't stack. What? Because most of the money is in Britain. The rest of it is in Saudi. That's where most of the money is. There's no money in America for a light heavyweight.
I was tempted to buy the Vosnik fight. That was the only one I was going to consider buying. But the Morrell fight, I was like, no, I just didn't. There wasn't any excitement on my part to see that at all. So I didn't buy it.
I guess it's back to the Gervonta undercard.
Fuck it, bro. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. You guys sing songs of glory.
But you know, if you build those fights and you stack those cards, if you're only going to do like 5 cards or 2 or 3 cards a year, may as well stack those Gervonta Davis cards. I mean, may as well have them fight 3 times a year and just make them fucking fun. Make them, bring back all the fucking people from the crypt. Make them fight each other.
But you know full well they aren't going to do that.
Yeah, but if you want to make the money, though, I mean, if you want to make the money and you want to keep the machine going, you're just strangling this thing. There's hardly anything left. There's hardly anyone left, man. How much more are you going to fucking strangle this fan base of the PBC? Like, you're really asking a lot of these fucking people. It's fucked.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Well, but you got to remember, a lot of the fan base of the PBC steals the shit anyway.
Well, I know that, but you know what? There are still like adults that buy it. There are still grown men that have jobs that buy this shit.
Right, but I bet you it's not that damn many.
And listen, would you guys rather see a shit card or a stack? Even if it was a PBC card, I'd rather see a stacked card with a bunch of has-beens, even like fantasy fights. I don't care.
I agree. And it's going to be interesting whenever they throw that first PBC top rank card. Interesting. One, where is it going to be on? Because top rank's at ESPN by the summer, and is it going to be pay-per-view?
Yeah,
that's a question right there. And
them working together is really a shock, man. I mean,
it is. I can't.
They had no choice.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. I'm shocked. I still can't believe that they negotiated a plan together. It sounds like the wrong way for the top for top rank to go. It just sounds like the wrong way.
Well, I understand
top rank's been trying to quit.
I understand they had no choice, but at the same time, it's just something that you never thought would happen.
I felt it coming because at the end of the day, with the way Turkey's moving and the way Matchroom and Queensberry and even Oscar's moving, what were they going to do? Top Rank is on their way out the door with ESPN. PBC's having a horrible experience with Amazon Prime. You see they're giving away more free fights now all of a sudden because they can't even hold the pay-per-view flag. They can't keep that banner. much longer. Gervonta just had a fight with Lamont Roach. Okay. David Benavidez, David Morrell. Okay. What you gonna do? Like, how you gonna justify these pay-per-views? They understand what they're facing. Not to mention, the streaming world is destroying them, right? All the pay-per-views that are being stolen. They got to bring their fighters together. They got to figure a way to put Stephen Fulton in there with Jackie Foster.
I would love to see like Charlo come back and fight Plant, and the other Charlo come back and fight like Tim Tszyu or Thurman. Like if you had a card with Gervonta fighting whoever Danny's fighting, you had David Benavidez fighting Callum Smith, you had Charlo coming back, and you had the other Charlo coming. I would buy that. That's a good card. I would buy it, even though there are a bunch of has-beens. I still want to see. I would still like to see what happens with Caleb Plant fighting Charlo and the other Charlo fighting the other has-been. So I would buy it, dude. But they don't even do that.
But all those are like the last. That's like the bot. That's like, okay, I agree with you, right? Like I would love to see, but can they stay consistent? You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna reach and put all this together, but they can't keep it going. They need
they need to pepper in some new fighters too. Like I want to see a Sebastian Fundora fight a top contender at 54. You know, somebody to challenge for the belt. I don't want to see this bull. I want to see, what if we saw Errol Spence come back as a co-main with somebody? That would be great. You know?
Oh man, come on, Errol's shot, man.
I know he's shot, but listen, you guys, we're not even getting the has-been fighters. We're getting shit. We're not even getting.
They're not giving them the money because the money's not there because they're prize fighters now. They're not legacy fighters, and they've made too much money.
They're fucking
made too much money with Terrence. These guys ain't coming back for cheap money. And I got a question. Who's the last fighter that the PBC signed, even for a 1 or 2 fight deal? Like you haven't signed anybody.
That's the main problem. You're expecting the PVC to take risks. They cannot take risks at this point because the things they have, the boxers they have, that's all they have.
Yep.
They cannot afford more prospect or nothing more. So if you send those motherfuckers to competitive fights, they're probably all of them are gonna lose, and then your business is over. You cannot. The whole reason that we're talking about Jermall Charlo is because he's undefeated.
Yeah.
The moment he loses, he's over.
I'm undefeated.
He is undefeated. That's true.
I'm just saying, listen, all I'm saying is that they're not even giving us the has-been fights, but if they stack the card full of a bunch of fucking old assholes that we wanted to see 5 years ago, and then they had some too good, you know, just something, dude.
No, Don. I'll say this: if you and this is a big reach for me, by the way, because I'm a piece of shit. If you told me, okay, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, main event, Demetrius Andrade, Jermall Charlo, or Jermell, interchangeable,
whichever one,
Caleb Plant, David Morrell at a catchweight. But you see how thin I have. Do you see how I would buy it? But do you see how thin I have to spread it?
Exactly.
But so what? It would.
That's my whole point right there. He had to go dancing with the stars on you guys just now to make it happen.
Because for this fictitious scenario to occur, Spence has to want to come back, which he's not going to. And even if he does, he doesn't want to give Thurman the time of day. I would pay to see y'all fight. I would pay to see y'all two fight, but that ain't gonna happen. It's literally not gonna happen. And Andre, Andre been out for what, like 2 years?
But Jules, it would have to be on the same card.
Like of course. That's what I'm saying. That you would have to dust everybody off, all hands on deck. And O'Mira got to be one of the ring girls.
This is why I don't like.
And Jordan, honestly, and Jordan Plant at the same time, and they have to make out. They have to make out in round 6 and round 12.
Yo,
hang on. This is why I don't like talking about. This is why I don't like talking about this shit. Because did you listen to what we just said? We gave ourselves a fucking nosebleed aneurysm just to come up with a possible theoretical card of something barely passable.
Bro, this
what
is
the fuck
fucking.
are we doing here?
This is boxing's version of string theory. What we're fucking doing. We are on the fringe of boxing, right? Like,
Hey,
none of this shit is gonna happen.
Hey, let me read something to y'all. I just got.
Oh, shit, Mauricio got him.
Clipped him.
Did you hear that or not?
No, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Damn, if I read it, I'm gonna cut off, bro. But it's pretty much David saying that he heard that Bivol has decided to vacate the title. That he didn't want the title like that. He'd rather fight Bivol. Like, bro, stop fucking lying, bro. You didn't want that fight.
Nonsense. You didn't want the belt like this.
Let's fucking
up.
Bro, it's tired, and because I'm old, and I've seen, it's gonna come out sooner or later, bro. You're gonna crash and burn. It never ends well for guys like you. What? Because you're not built for it. It's only a matter of time. The one thing you gotta love about boxing is sooner or later, everybody gets exposed. Sooner or later, some guys lose, right? That's okay. Bivol lost. Fucking Hopkins lost. Marquez lost. Guys lose, and other guys get exposed. David is up on the chopping block. The universe is talking to me, is telling me shit, is touching me, is giving me hand jobs when I sleep. And yeah, you're next.
What the fuck?
That was awkward. Go ahead, finish.
Fucking universe.
Fucking
universe. But in fairness, in boxing, yeah, guys, you can't hide, bro. You can't hide. You're gonna get exposed because you're running out of safe places to go. If you really think about the situation that David is in, that belt don't mean a motherfucking thing, dog. You're still up there with the big boys, and you don't hit that hard. Congratulations, you beat a Cuban with 11 fights. What are you gonna do now, though?
And the Cuban was the one who knocked you down.
What are you gonna do, dog? Sooner, it's
ugly.
It's coming because I'm like, look, let's just say David goes to Cruiser. I guess you're gonna be a once-a-year fighter. I guess you gonna have to be, because if you out there and you really out there, it just brings it closer. If you out there and you really out there and you're fighting on a regular basis, you're gonna get found out. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Wilder got found out. Spence got found out. Gervonta got found out. Keith Thurman, you go to Australia, and I wanted to talk about that today, by the way. You go to Australia, Tim is going to find you. Yes, I have Tim knocking him the fuck out. He will knock him the fuck out.
I do agree, but I don't think he's going to take that fight. I really don't. He's going to price himself out of the fight.
I already said this. Tony Harrison is better with that style than Keith Thurman, with more height, more reach, and more power. In case you guys forgot, Tony Harrison has a lot of fucking knockouts. Tim found his ass. You not better with that style than Tony. Well, granted, Tony's chinny, but you got a glass body. You got a glass body. If they do that fight, yeah, I got Timmy. I'm with Leo that I don't really know if Keith going to take that fight. But if you do, oh yeah, you get knocked out. Yeah.
That shit that kid said, send the contract. I have heard that shit before, coming up from Kid.
Yeah.
A lot of times. With a lot of times, that fight never happened.
You know that motherfucker don't give two shits about sitting out for 3 years and coming back with an even higher hairline. He gonna come back looking like Jean-Luc Picard. Time he come back, it's gonna be down here, dog.
Yeah, he's gonna have a tactical hairline at that point.
You know what style of hair is gonna have? Do you remember that motherfucker that knocked down Abdullah Mason?
Oh no! Oh,
yo, go ahead, fam.
Oh
come back
shit!
with the RoboCop hairline.
You gonna come back with the shit down here, B? I'm trying to tell you that. But at the same time, Keith came back for a reason. I think he out of money. I think he hurting for money, and that's the only thing that make me think, buddy, there's not a lot of money out here for you. The money in America, if there were money in America, right? It's for guys like Virgil. Virgil will beat your ass, you know that. Man, if there's money, if somebody in America say, yo, Keith, I got some money for you, fight this dude. Who we talking about? Must be talking about Virgil. Or Charles Conwell will beat your ass too. He will beat your ass too. Everybody at 154 will beat your ass.
Clarissa Shields at 54 whoopers us.
Nah, I don't know about that.
No, hand, don't do that. Don't do that, man.
No, bro, yeah, you need to chill, bro.
Come on,
I
man.
could
The
go
man's
fuck a
unified
teenager
shit.
from the amateurs that'll not
know about that.
But
the main thing, the main thing is that you could see that Keith wants something else to come along and something else to happen. He wants to parlay the Brock Jarvis win into something where he doesn't have to travel. And I'm sorry, buddy, but nah.
Can he safely make 47 again for calling out Ryan?
I mean, I could see that. Because he's not a big guy. Keith Thurman is not a big guy. He's about 5'7", you know?
Yeah.
Now, safely is something else that can he get? I think he can get there. I actually think he can get down there, but he's gonna be half dead.
He's gonna have to shave the hair off.
His
Yeah,
ass
like
he'll do it for the money to get knocked out.
Clip his fingernails, get an even thinner haircut, right? Don't drink water for 7 years. He can get down there.
7 years. What the fuck?
I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck you run out of money after having a Manny Pacquiao fight that did 500,000 buys. Like, bro, Tim Bradley's still living off that shit.
Because look, money is like if you don't know what to do with money, dog, you could give a dude $10 million. 2 years from now, that shit could be gone. If you don't know what to do with money, like the first, like, look, and this is just a piece of advice, even though I'm pretty sure most of y'all already know this. If y'all hit the lottery tomorrow, look for shit to buy that they can't take away from you. And I'm not talking about toys. I ain't talking about cars. I'm talking about businesses. I'm talking about bodegas, barbershops, laundromats, shit that don't go out of style. Because that shit is going to keep money flowing. After that 10 million is gone, you can still get money off of that. And if you're not getting money off of that, you could fucking sell it.
Mikey Garcia, bro.
Yep.
He's doing real estate.
That kid is smart than a motherfucker. Mikey's smart than a motherfucker, bro. Abel Sanchez, I didn't even know till Drew told me that Abel Sanchez is a contractor. He's a developer. He getting money. Like, it ain't just his boxing shit. So if you hit the fucking lotto or whatever, just be smart. Don't buy the fucking Lambo. That shit is not about nothing, bro. Don't buy none of that shit. It's not about nothing. We don't need to make Ferrari richer. We don't need to make Lamborghini richer.
That shit's meant to take your money away and fool you, deceive you into buying it until you lose your money.
That shit is fucking crazy. Like, and the first thing that guys do when they get a lot of money is they buy the toys. And it's like, yo, that shit is crazy. How many people make the same mistake on repeat, like a broken record? When your dog, you could get a bodega and a laundromat, and you could get money off of that for a long time, or be creative. Or vending machines. You know that you could get money off of vending machines?
These are pretty good, too.
You can make buku dollars off of vending machines.
Did anybody not fucking learn from Evander Holyfield, bro?
I'm trying to tell you, dog, that it's so many. When if you get a dollar amount in that realm, because 10 million ain't actually a lot, by the way. It's a lot to us, but in the greater scheme of things on a long enough timeline, it's not actually a lot unless you turn it into more money, residual money. I don't even got to check for this. It just comes in. I don't got to be looking for this and worrying about this. It just keeps coming in and let it pile up. Vending machines are a great source of income. Also, you could hire an electrician company. You know, it's a huge market for electricians, and they get money. You're never gonna run out of needing electricians. So you start motherfucking Alex Pez electrician.
Yeah, dude, I just charged Josh Padley the other day. Right? Yeah, just
trying to tell you, dog. Like, it's certain shit.
Hey, remember Whitey Bulger, the mafia dude, the organized crime cat back in the day?
That name sound familiar.
Whitey Bulger, yeah, Boston, yeah.
Dude,
that was one of his biggest rackets, bro. His vending machines, man.
Look at Big George and his grills. I mean,
that's a more crude example, a more obvious example, but just that there's a million ways. Once you got the money, once you got the base, but let's call it the baseline, right? You don't even got to use your money. I'm still borrowing the bank's money. They know I'm good for it, so they're gonna give me more money. I'll use their fucking money.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll use their fucking money to do this bullshit. Because they know I got 10 million. You know I'm good for it. I got it, but I'm still gonna use your money for the shit though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they'll be all
fucking Jules Buffett Jr. over here and shit.
No, I'll be Mr. Fuente Alba. Yes, sir.
Nah, but Evander Holyfield missed a golden opportunity to be like a spokesman for hearing aids. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, like it's simple shit, dog. That if you ever come across a large sum of money, don't go buy a bunch of bullshit with it. turn that money into more money because this is America. And every year that passes, they're trying to take more of that money from you. Literally. It's not figurative. Literally. They're trying to take more of that money from you every year that passes.
Literally.
Write off as much as you can, gentlemen. Write off as much as you can.
Shit. You know, so and yeah, man, like this David Benavidez shit. I know that it's a hot button topic right now. I could already see off the metrics because I just looked at the metrics for the video I just did, and David Benavidez is paying content creators as we speak. Like, yeah, this is a hot button topic. That video ain't even been up that long.
Is that official? Him getting awarded the WBC, or is that just?
No, that's official.
It's official.
That is official.
Yeah, I gotta ask people because
the shit is boring. My thing is that look. Everything that's happening right now here today, Brody, I've been saying this for weeks. This was gonna happen. I don't have nothing new to add to this. Like I've been said this was gonna happen. They are after a vacant title, not a fight. After a vacant title, because if what you wanted was a fight, you can't get the fight doing it this way. You fucking know that. It's common sense. You know that. So you're not after a fight. You after a vacant title. And what's worse is I'm not sure you're even gonna defend it. I think this is for the optics. Oh, we tried to fight Dimitri, but
so he can say he was a 2-division world champion.
Verdad? Bujipeo, man, bujipeo. We tried to fight Dimitri, but
I hope he gets found out soon, man.
He is. I know he is. Which sounds better, email Videz or email Yeti? Email Videz, bro. Shout out to Chico. You notice trainers like Abel Sanchez and Rudy Hernandez who get money outside of just boxing tell fighters where to go and to know how to build champs. I don't want a trainer who's a yes man. Yeah, I mean, like it's a lot of that. But if you notice, a lot of the trainers that been around a long time, like Robert Garcia gets money outside of boxing. I think they do real estate and shit like that too. Robert does that shit too. Like a lot of the guys who've been around a while, because it's like, yeah, you got to branch out. When you really getting money, you want money in a lot of different places. You don't want all your eggs in one basket, you know? And that's what I see a lot of the older cats do. But yeah, man, like this to me, what's happening today is not surprising. Like, Brody, I've been saying for weeks this was gonna happen. Them dudes ain't gonna fight. Hella high water. That fight will not happen because they're not really after it.
Well, how else do you expect that fat fuck to get a belt?
You know, I don't know specifically what's next. I wonder if he will fight again this year, but I just feel like, yo, they waiting out Zurdo because Zurdo still got to fight the Cuban. He still got to fight that dude. And then after that, if he good and he come through it, maybe they do Benavidez versus Zurdo in the fall or at the beginning of next year, because that's really what I think is next.
Hey, so let me get this straight. If I'm not tripping, I'm just going off the brain. I might have missed one fight, but David Benavidez has never, of all the titles he's held, he's never, and I put air quotations on that, he's never taken a title that an active fighter was actively holding at the world level.
Just once. And it wasn't a good guy. It was Darrell.
Yeah, it was Anthony.
Okay,
Darrell, because remember, Darrell got the belt because he got stripped.
So there's one. So he comes to the ring with 4 belts around him. Like, come on, bro.
Oh, those are interim titles.
Yeah,
bro.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Those is interim titles, but that's what he got like 3
the
different
only reigning champion he ever fought.
That dude got like 3 different WBC interim titles, and he walk around with all of them, like bro.
And it's the dude that Caleb Plant smoked.
Yeah, Darrell. Because remember, after he got stripped in 2020, Darrell and I think who was it? Avni Yildirim. I think they fought.
Yildirim, they won for a vacant.
And I think Darrell got it, and then David come back. He won it from Darrell. So it was some homo shit, man. It was some homo shit. Jules, Robert Garcia does real estate.
You don't like the great 2-time fucking champion run of David Benavidez?
And has several carniceria. Oh, carniceria.
Carniceria. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Virtuoso says, save this date. On May 5th of this year, the World Benavidez Council will order the winner of Rositsky versus Jack to face David Viva Mexico Cabrones. Yo, man. It's not a lot to add to that shit, bro. Like, this is what I said was gonna happen, and this shit is boring because for all this hullabaloo, all the podcasters, all the content creators, everybody on TikTok with a boxing account and Instagram, they're gonna be talking about this for the next 48 hours. But you know what? It's not about a fight. It's not about a fight. It's just pure gossip and whole shit. It's not for a fight. You not fighting the winner of that fight. And if you really want to get there, like, yeah, you gotta fight. Y'all not trying to do that. So what is it really about? Congratulations. You got an email title. Congratulations. Now what?
So do we assume or think that Bivol's vacated that for the?
Nah, he literally vacated it.
That's what I'm saying, for the three-peat with Beterbiev.
Yeah, he literally vacated it. He sent him a letter and all of that. That yeah, y'all put the letter reads that y'all are putting us in a position because y'all know y'all not next in the rotation. It's an official letter and all of that. It's in a video I just uploaded. I put it in there that like they telling them like y'all know y'all not next.
Was in the contract, right?
Huh?
The potential third fight was in the contract, right?
I don't know. I don't know if there was like an immediate rematch clause, but the thing is that World Boxing Council, y'all know y'all not next. Y'all know the IBF is next. Y'all know that. Now, if we already got to pay Michael Eifert to step aside, now y'all putting us in a bind because y'all telling us we got to fight this dude when y'all know y'all not next.
I see. I didn't know about that letter. I've been too busy writing fucking papers for school and shit, man. I missed out the last pretty much a week of fucking boxing news. Damn. Okay. All right. Bet. Preach.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's not a lot to add to that shit. Now, look, we got Boots versus Stani this weekend. I'm gonna go fucking drain the pipe. Y'all talk about that. Boots, Stani. Does anybody have a Montes Stani?
Nope.
No.
It's possible, but very unlikely.
Yeah, I love that response. It's possible, but very unlikely.
Whoa, your mic, man.
Somebody has echo.
What?
Okay, whoever said
the mic. Somebody has super echo.
Everybody's doing it. I think it's Joel's side. Everyone talks happening.
Mic check. Am I doing it?
Fucking mic.
Yeah, somebody. Ooh, yeah.
Look, it's happening to everyone who speaks.
Somebody's got their YouTube on.
Yeah, somebody has another microphone close by picking up the same shit.
Who popped on here?
Your mom.
Mic check.
Okay, I think it's whoever did.
Okay, we're good.
Are we back to normal?
Mic check.
We're back to normal.
Check.
Oh, Jesus, that was annoying.
All right, Alex checking in. Good.
We're back live, guys.
I think it was Virtuoso because he said he's going to bounce. My internet, he says his internet.
Yeah. Look at the timestamp too. 9:19, 9:20. Now it's 9:22. He was like, I'm gonna bounce. My internet suck ass. Yeah, maybe it was. No.
Mic check. Yep.
One, two.
Who is it?
You came back. You know who it is. You know you doing this shit.
It's working normal again. I think it's Jules' end, y'all. I'm sorry. I think it's on Jules' end.
No, I think that Stanionis is tailor made for Ennis, though. I think he's going to play to his strengths and get jacked up.
God damn it. Hey, or maybe the microphone is the premonition. Stanionis boots. What?
See, this is why Jules needs to stop going on breaks.
Hey, he left his fucking smartphone right next to the mic and shit. Everybody.
Although one put it past him to put his headphones or whatever is doing this next to the mic.
Somebody said that's not really.
No, someone is right now having fun.
Did that motherfucker come back? Who the fuck?
Hey, Ignacio, please go ahead and check out and see if it changes anything.
Hello?
Quick, someone imitate animal feel.
Hello? Is it mine?
Hear you, brother. No, yours is good.
Oh, okay.
We're all good again. Wait, never mind.
No, we're not.
We're not good.
This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that shit sounds terrible.
Hey,
I'm gonna replay this shit tomorrow, bro. I'm studying this shit.
This is unlistenable.
Jules had to go take a shit, huh?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Only on each other's ass.
I spoke too soon.
I think it's you.
Is it? Because I've already muted mine, and then like made
Sounds
sure
great,
that
no.
made sure that the volume was down.
Yeah,
The
rest of us don't.
Because you are the only one. That sounds good.
Wow. This audio sounds like hi. Yeah, we're on hallucinations, and this is all in our mind. We're just hearing the echoes.
Oh my god!
Stop.
No. Julius,
Yo, country has a Mirage or fucking Kiwi popped on to congratulate their boy.
Got booted off. Jules didn't feel like crap.
Yo, whoever that is, kill yourself. Shit sounds terrible.
I feel like we're in the scene of what was it? Nice Dreams when Chong were in the mental institution. And Chong was on the drugs and started making. And it started echoing on his head.
I'm curious how they justify Benavidez being an email champion.
I mean, I'm glad Bivol's lawyer told him to fuck off, because why would you give up that payday to fight fucking Bergovides? He ain't gonna give you no money.
That's what makes no fucking sense. You make more money fighting Benavidez for the third time, but they want him to forego that paycheck for Benavidez?
Yeah, like that's so stupid. And you would think, and that's like Mauricio cutting his nose off to spite his face.
Them niggas be hustling backwards on that side.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Ignacio, could you do him a favor?
Say what?
Could you mute your mic, please?
Okay.
We always got some crazy shit going on here.
Yeah, we got you, bro. For real.
Did you mute your mic?
Wait, are we back?
Yeah,
are we good?
Thank God.
We're good.
Don't mention it. They might come back on.
Don't jinx it. All right. Everybody shut the fuck up.
Whoever muted themselves, that's who was it.
You know who you are too, so stop playing.
Yeah, you know who you are, man. Go ahead and restart your shit and then try to rejoin.
No. It was
Ignacio
Ignacio,
says it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Ignacio, but it wasn't. He didn't know.
Yeah. All right.
He wasn't playing with us.
Damn it.
Yep. Log out.
Okay.
Your whole motherfucking computer, dog.
Ignacio,
Jack.
No, yeah. I'm gonna jump off. Hold on,
guys. Hold on.
All right.
Nah, bro.
This is wild.
Oh.
Did he jump off?
Who just jumped off? Who just jumped off?
Ignacio did.
Okay, finally. I told him earlier. I said, "Oh my gosh, bro."
Yo, guys, do y'all think David is not going to fight for the rest of the year? I really feel like he's going to sit out. David, I don't think he's going to fight for the rest of the year.
Of course he's not. That's his MO. Moving on back to Stani versus Boots. Boots is going to beat the shit out of him. Like, I don't see how... I don't see any other way this happens.
I think it'll be competitive.
Not only that, but I mean, come on, how long has it been since Stani really fought?
Last June, I believe.
It's been like, what, a year and a half?
He spent more time on his mom's couch. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
no, it's been like 2 years, right?
No, he fought last year, I think.
It was last year. He didn't look too good, though.
What did we think about Richard Torres this weekend? I personally thought he did good. I see a lot of people saying a lot of things. Let's go to Leo. What did you think?
It was a good acid test.
You're not Leo.
Thank you for saying that. It surpassed my expectation because I thought that fight was going to be way closer than it was. And I thought it was going to be I knew that he wasn't going to be able to knock him out because Guido is very durable. and Torres is not really that experienced to work around a guy like that and win by knockout. But yeah, for me, it was impressive. For a guy with 13 fights right now, yeah.
Shout out to King. Let me read the super chat. Shout out to King Lopez. Does Canelo fight David now that he has a belt? I doubt it. I doubt it. I think the ship has sailed for that fight. Remember, Canelo got a 4-fight deal with Turkey, and David don't want to go to Saudi because he's a Vegas fighter. Remember? So
he's a T-Mobile Arena fighter.
He's T-Mobile Arena, bro.
He gave out a lot of tickets his last fight, you know.
Vegas, bro. David Benavidez, el gran campeón del emailer. Emailero.
Emailero.
All right, let's go to real talk. Real talk. Richard Torres, Guido Vianello. What did you think?
Somebody.
Go ahead, Clay. Go ahead, Clay, because
Okay.
real talk's jerking off.
Oh man, bro, no.
I wasn't gonna snitch on him, but
let's work with it. Let's work with it. All right, so
Damn, real talk. You better never commit a crime in front of Jules.
Like, he's one out, man. He's rubbing one out, bro. Just go
Hey,
ahead,
it's the
bro.
homies. You good? It's the homies. We good.
Richard Torres looked alright. You know what I mean? Look, at the end of the day, man, that was his first like contender fight. You know, and I just think he's too small for the division, man. I don't know if he brings enough. You know, Usyk brought that athleticism and that IQ to the heavyweight division, was able to compete, obviously, to become an undisputed champion. But I don't know, is Richard Torres, who do I see him against in the top 10? Really, you know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't see nothing to sell me on that. You know what I mean? As far as him in the heavyweight division, I think he's going to be a good dance partner for a lot of fighters, but maybe I just need to see more. But I didn't see enough of what I need to see Saturday
wait
night.
a moment. Are you comparing Torres with Usyk? Are you comparing
I'm saying
the number
as far as
one
small
pound-for-pound fighter of the world?
No, I mean he's saying that the correlation that he's making, which I get it. Usyk is undersized as a heavyweight, but at least you had the safety net of knowing the level that he fight. So it's like, all right, yeah, you little, but for the heavyweights, yeah, you little, but you'll be all right. Whereas with Richard, you can't say that. You can't, and he is little for the weight. What is he? 6'2"? That's little for a heavyweight. For a heavyweight today, yeah, that's little.
Yeah,
like 225, 230. You know what I mean?
229.
He basically a cruiserweight, but by today's standards, yeah, you a cruiserweight basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I have to say that I was impressed because I thought he was going to lose this fight, and he won convincingly. It was competitive. It was against a guy who was bigger than him, had a good solid jab, hit hard. But so I was impressed, but at the end of the day, I was like, I don't know if you're going to do anything. Like you were gassed after a 10-round fight, bro.
In fairness, he had never been 10 rounds though, Jason.
I've been a fan.
You know. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I've been a fan of Torres for a couple of years now, but I mean, I gotta call a spade a spade. Like he's really just a lazy cruiserweight.
Oh,
he don't want to cut the weight. Diabolical.
Fucked up. That's fucked up.
He doesn't want to cut.
Ignacio, is he a lazy cruiserweight? Is he a lazy cruiserweight?
Not really. I just think he is who he is. He's an undersized heavyweight. Like he could probably get down to cruiserweight, but he'd have to kill himself to get down to cruiserweight. Like, you know, he weighed in at, I think they said 235 for this fight.
229.
Oh, okay.
But in fairness, he could like he could lose that because you see his fat. You see that it's fat. Like, bro, it's fat. That's not muscle. That's fat. A lot of that is fat and water. So you could lose that and be all right.
Yeah, like I could get down there if I get like a penis reduction.
Oh my god!
This guy, what the fuck?
All right.
You're done. You're done.
All right, but check this out, man. Okay, Guido was a bit of a disappointment. I mean, I
Yes.
expected more.
No,
Yeah.
Guido did what he. I think, like, I don't know, like, this is my thing, y'all. That kid had 12 fights going in. He had 12 fights. Never been in never fought for 10 rounds. Let's say that. Never fought for 10 rounds. So with that context, I'm like, nah, this is good. FA struggled with that dude, country. He struggled with that dude. Mahmoudov got beat by that dude. Torres won decisively. Yeah, he had to work for it, but the fuck.
Now, Torres, here's the thing. Torres did good. He did win. However, one, he does definitely need more development. Two, if he steps it up too soon, and even maybe if he doesn't step it up too soon, he's going to end up being food for the more elite, skilled heavyweights.
Okay, let's say this.
Realistically, that was like what, his second or third 10-rounder?
But let's say this. Compare the developmental process that he's on, right? 13 fight. This is your 13th fight. You fought Guido. Compare that to Jared Anderson. Who was he fighting at 12-0?
Right.
And look at the guys. Look at the guys that they put him in there with. Because I started to pick up on it early. George Arias, Rudenko, Riyad Mary. Like, why are you fighting heavyweights that's 5'10" and 6'1"? Why are you fighting heavyweights that when you get to the top, they not going to be built like that? Whereas Torres at 12-0 fighting a guy, 6'4", 6'5". That's what you need to be doing. So I can't complain
they're
about
teaching
what
them
I
how
saw.
to get into that range.
Exactly. Bro, when you get to that top 10 and that top 5, the median height for the guys you gonna fight is anywhere in between 6'4" to 6'8". So you got to get used to this shit. Whereas when they put Jared Anderson with Charles Martin, and he had way more fights than Richard has now. Yo, you saw what happened. He wasn't used to it. He pulling back in straight lines.
If you ask me, I think Richard Torres looked exactly how he was supposed to look in that fight, bro.
Yeah, I don't think. I'll say this. It's a bold prediction. He will become a champion. I don't know about no undisputed. I don't know about no undisputed. I don't know about no unified. But I think he can win a belt. I
mean, I'll say this much too. Like, here's a big point everybody's forgetting about, y'all. Like, he's not in his fully peak potential grown man athletic, you know what I mean, combat sports body yet. Like, he's got a few more years to hit that. So there's that. And my second point is I think they're bringing him up perfectly, like who he's fought so far. And they finally tested him against these taller, longer ranger. Let's see how he reacts. He did good, and it wasn't against a slouch, but it wasn't against a dude who's the shit either. Like, nah, man, like, I don't have a reason to be like, hey, man, this dude's going to fail in the future. I haven't been given that reason yet based off what I've seen.
I'll say this. He's competitive with Wardley. I fucking said it.
Oh, easy.
What?
So, Jules, how many fights?
I don't think that's a hot take.
You said he's competitive with Wardley, Fabio?
I said that shit.
Back on real quick. He said, "Hold on."
That's why he's leaning back.
And why are you leaning back like Floyd? What the fuck?
Because I know I'm making a mess. Do you know why? I'm gonna tell you something. Look, this boxing shit is cool, motherfuckers. But I think motherfuckers overthinking. Sweet science, the pivot, the else. Like, yo, it's fighting, bro. You got a big 235-pound man barreling forward, slight crouch, bending at the waist and knees. That's trouble for everybody, bro. That's trouble for everybody.
Yeah, that nigga got low center of gravity.
That's trouble for everybody. And the one thing that Richard got on them that they don't got on him, right? Y'all all got to punch down to hit him. Y'all all right there for the looping shot over the top. All of y'all. Because y'all all going to be in the same position because he a low-ass motherfucker. So I think he could be competitive with Wardley because he going to rush him. You need timing to catch this motherfucker. If you going to catch him coming in, because that's how you got to get him.
He's going to be all in the shit.
Need timing and an uppercut. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Eventually, somebody gonna figure that shit out. That you throw an uppercut at Richard.
Hey, I was just about to say, Jules. Hey, just like Tyson got figured out, I see Torres right now. He's like an unrefined Tyson type of fighter, bro.
If as soon as somebody figure out, yo, he little, throw a uppercut. What the fuck? He's little, throw a fucking upper. Once they figure that out, his ass is grass. But until that time,
what happens, Jules, when they figure it out? And we find out he got a jaw of steel.
I don't know. Nobody.
Hey,
the
I'm
thing
saying
is,
it might get interesting.
This heavyweight. Does anybody really have a jaw of steel at heavyweight? Like,
and that's another reason why I ain't mad at your decision that he beats Wardley. And I said I could see it because
I didn't say that. I said he's competitive.
Competitive. Okay.
Say that.
So
I got you for the record.
Jules, how many more fights you give him before you have him fight a guy like Hergovic?
Finish my thought real quick. It's the heavyweight rule, man. Once you make it to heavyweight, everyone is capable of stopping everyone with one punch, man. That's it. I'm sorry.
Look, man, Hergovic.
That's how it goes.
Hergovic is ginger ale that has been on the windowsill since yesterday. That dude is just. I picked him to beat. picked him. That's the only dude I know that could land that many right hands and not knock a motherfucker out. Cause it was right hand city at the beginning of that fight, dog. Right hands.
That's
he just
crazy.
It was right hand city throughout the fight.
And with Daniel Dubois too. Remember, he landed a lot of right hands, and I'm like, yo, this dude just I don't know, dog. He won, and the prediction stuck, so great. But Hergovic, I don't know, dog.
He sucks.
Yeah, he seemed like that bubble got popped against Daniel, man. I don't know. I saw more from him, but yeah, man, he's looking straight pedestrian.
Yeah, who do y'all think Hergovic could beat now that he out there and he back? Who does Hergovic beat? That is, I don't know, that's decent. Like, would y'all pick Hergovic to beat Parker?
No. Absolutely not.
Motherfucker said that shit fast. No.
I'd like to see him fight like Andy Ruiz.
Bro, come on, Andy fucking Ruiz. Where is Andy right now, dog? Where
Nobody wants to watch Andy Ruiz.
I do want to watch him. My problem is, bro, Andy always out the ring, bro. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Andy's at the Taqueria right now, man.
Bro, he's over there. He's probably under a fucking birria table or some shit.
All right.
Damn, bro, he beats nobody.
Philippe Hergovic. Wait, shut up. Philippe Hergovic, Jarrell Miller.
No.
Hell no.
He doesn't beat Jarrell Miller.
He absolutely
He'll get Dubois. He'll just get pressured and outdogged. Jarrell will just bullying him.
Aye. Philippe Hergovic. Fucking Dillian White.
Maybe he beats White, but it won't be easy.
He can do it. He can do it, but I can definitely see White clipping him though too.
What about Del Boy?
Okay.
What about Del Boy?
No, because Del Boy got one fight, country. We know it's over. Like, he got one fight left and it's a wrap. So I ain't even gonna put him in that.
Okay, what about a Jagba? What about maybe a Jagba?
All right. Philippe Hergovic.
What's with the kung fu shit you do with your hands, man?
Hey, but the psychic shit.
If I slow that fight down and feel
fucking Karnak, what the fuck?
Wacky inflatable tube arm man.
No, all right, a Jagba.
If he can slow a Jagba down, like if he can keep it slow and keep it paced out, he can beat him on
he'll keep it slow.
Maybe
so he can beat a Jagba. He can beat a Jagba.
Yeah.
We got two. He could eke it out with White. He could beat a Jagba.
Bacoli.
No, I think Bacoli.
No, you give Bacoli enough time, he beats him.
Soon. Maybe a little too soon.
Yeah, what about Jared Anderson?
Whoa!
That would be interesting.
Hey, I was gonna say that, or let's narrow the playing field, right? I think Jared Anderson's probably one of the best matchups for him outside of people who never held, for the people who never held a belt. But of all the still active former world heavyweight champion,
Jared Anderson might have a nervous breakdown on the lead.
No, being real, I made up my mind about that one, country. Honestly, I go Hergovic. He bring to the table the things that Jared don't like. Jared don't like them tall guys, man. That's established. He don't like them. He used to them 5'11", 6'2" heavyweights. Hergovic is like what, 6'4", 6'5", and look, you got to beat his ass though. Like, to beat Hergovic, yeah, you got to fuck him up, man.
What about your most favorite heavyweight in the world, Frankie Sanchez?
Frankie Sanchez.
Didn't Frankie go to bare knuckle?
Hergovic every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Country, fuck that guy.
Didn't Frankie go to bare knuckle? I could have swore I heard something about Frankie going to bare knuckle. Like, nah, you don't want to watch no Frankie Sanchez. Okay.
No, I think you were just having a wet dream.
Okay, Philippe Hergovic or Slambeck Makhmudov.
What about Kabayel? What about Kabayel?
That's an easy one. Like, I would go with Kabayel. Like, I didn't pick Kabayel because he'll beat the shit out of him, bro. That's an easy one. Like,
you know what,
bro? Like,
what about Wilder?
I think Kabayel low key the boogeyman in the heavyweight division, in my opinion.
Low key, he the high key boogie. Like, you don't fight that fucking dude, bro.
I think that's the worst thing.
That's the heavyweight dark horse.
Is your cardio, bro.
Oh, wait a minute. Shut the fuck up. Wait. Joseph Parker, a geek Kabayel.
I
got a geek, man.
Yeah, I go with Kabayel too.
Yeah, fuck Kabayel. Let's go, Parker.
That's kind of easy.
Hey, Jules.
I think Joseph's on a roll. I think he gets Kabayel.
Nah, bro. The body snatcher strikes again. Listen, man. Once I saw him get put down by Zeli Zane, get back up and just continue the campaign. That's it. Joseph ain't doing that to him, bro. And Joseph,
he did that. Yeah, but Joseph had to get his ass fucking beaten half to death before he lost. He ain't gonna go out sad like Zane.
Any credit that you could give Kabayel for getting off the canvas, you could also give Joseph because he.
For sure. But I'm saying Joseph is not doing that to Kabayel. See, that body campaign needs to be discouraged. Can Joseph Parker discourage Kabayel from doing that body game? What I'm saying is he wasn't discouraged by Zeli. He's not gonna get discouraged by Joseph Parker. I'm gonna
just say, look, he went in there with two guys. I know that there's angling. I know y'all gonna say it as soon as I say it, but he did go in there with two big punchers in Wilder and Bacoli, and he didn't back off. He took it to them. I think he'll take it to Kabayel. Now, I don't know if he wins, but Joe is a tough motherfucker. Like, he's tough.
I'm just gonna say when it came to Bacoli, we know what the intangibles were. We know, and when it comes to Deontay, come on, bro. Who the hell was it? That guy was who the hell was that guy? It is what it is. Like, I'm not. Shout out to him. That's his victory. That's his. We're gonna give him that, but I don't know.
But
a 3-week training
Joseph is ultra confident right now with Andy Lee. He hasn't fucking lost since he got with Andy Lee.
So was Anthony Joshua after knocking out Francis Ngannou, stopping Otto Wallin, looking good. He was super confident going against it with Daniel Dubois, but that boy was swimming. You know what I'm saying? He had that boy swimming looking for air. That boy could not breathe. That false confidence sometimes will get you caught up. Sometimes you gotta be honest about that competition.
Agit Kabayel, Daniel Dubois.
I take Kabayel.
No, I'm taking Kabayel.
That's fucking fast, Ignacio. That's fast.
Yeah, he's more versatile though, Jules. Like I think he goes up and down, and he moves too much for fucking Daniel. Daniel likes to fight motherfuckers that are literally gonna stand in front of him. He ain't gonna be able to do that against him.
Daniel's got that retard strength.
That's what I was gonna say. He is autistic, bro.
You know what I mean? Damn, come on, bro. Who is he? Fucking One-Eyed Willie?
He's fucking Ben Affleck, bro. The accountant. He's the fucking accountant, bro.
He might have a Kevin Farmer face, bro, but he's got a beautiful mind. You know what I mean?
Can Dubois take it to the body though from Kabayel? Because I mean, the repeated body attack might fuck his ass up.
I mean, that would, but I think Daniel could discourage him. I think Daniel got good fundamental boxing. He had the better jab in there against him.
Whoa.
Fucking Jules calling.
Whoa. Fundamentals. Daniel Dubois?
Wait a minute. He got a good jab. He follows it up with that right hand.
I've never seen those two in the
sentence. You just got to not get hit.
Daniel may as well have a Batman costume on because he don't move his head, dog. He got to move his head.
That head has to come off the line. That's a fact.
He got to move his whole body around.
But he got a good one too, right down the middle.
Jules, who has worse head movement, Tim Tszyu or Daniel Dubois?
Daniel Bow, landslide, dog.
Yeah, no,
the jab. You understand how many jabs? How many jabs Joe had to hit this, and your eye is breaking inside your skull, and you still don't want to at least cover up, bro. At least.
And
he gets hit like he doesn't think
to say he has a good jab, to say he better have a fucking good jab, considering how many times he got jabbed between Joe and Usyk. Like, holy shit.
Hergovic caught him a lot too, but he does, man. He has a decent jab, man. I'm gonna
say what Daniel got that could theoretically win him a Agit Kabayel fight. He got retard strength though. Like I ain't even saying that on no funny shit. That motherfucker,
he can humble him. He can discourage him. He can humble him.
No, that's legit. Nah. Retard strength is real, bro.
He got that peas and applesauce strength. Man,
Fucking Jules is calling Daniel Dubois the gooch.
Daniel Dubois growing up was only allowed to have wooden toys.
Everything, bro.
Yo, all right. All right. Kabayel.
So you're saying he was like Lenny?
Hold up,
and
Jules.
shit?
Hey, let me touch on the Kabayel, Parker, and fucking Dubois thing real quick, man. So I got him losing to both of these motherfuckers, and here's why. I take in the styles make fights, and that is the heavyweight division. Anybody can do it with one punch at any time, and I put that together, and my brain sees motherfucking Parker and Dubois winning out each fight. Experience, bro. Experience wins the night. For both of them dudes against Kabayel. Y'all wilding, bro. Like, yeah, dude get hit hard and he's cool and all, but like he ain't that good, man.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Hit hard. It's that body
Wait a
campaign.
minute. I don't know about all that shit, but I tell you
Yeah, I
what.
don't either.
Parker Dubois.
Parker.
Oh shit. Come on, bro.
I'm be real
Dude,
with y'all. Wait.
I
Shut your ass up. Wait, shut your ass up. When they was gonna fight, I fucking said it. I think Daniel knocks him out.
Man.
Same. I do too.
Me too.
Yeah, that might could, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I do too.
Jules, how did you feel about Parker coming into the ring as heavy as he did? Keep in mind, when he came in and fought against Martin Bacoli, he was heavy, but he obviously planned on coming there heavy for Daniel Dubois. Good or bad thing?
Good, because we saw the end result of that. Now, just like you said, there was angling with the Martin Bacoli fight in the sense that it was short notice and da. But we see that the effect that the added weight had on his punch. As soon as he touched him on the top of the head, that was it, dog. So it added something to the punch. So I'm gonna say him coming in heavy, it helped him. He was looking for a knockout, and he didn't get to knock Daniel out. He knocked out Martin instead. But it helped. It helped.
That was a big fucking dude.
Do you think that Daniel Dubois being the more athletic, potentially faster fighter against Joseph Parker, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Joseph Parker comes in there as heavy as he did, is Daniel Dubois the athletic guy in there? Is he the guy who's fast?
It's not that. I'm gonna tell you what it is and why I picked Daniel. What I see if they fight, it's the ring coverage. That's the problem. If you the smaller dude, Joe is the smaller dude and the stumpier dude, right? Whereas Daniel, he could shoot that 1-2 from the outside coming in. You gonna cover up. By the time you go to take your hands down, here's some more. That's how Joyce beat him. Just bing, 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 bing. Because he had ring coverage. I'm taller, I'm longer. I don't need to be close to you to touch you with the jab. Once I touch you with the jab, you're gonna cover up. Bing,
And he's
here's a right
thicker.
hand. Bing, bing, bing. And longer. And veinier.
Right forward,
Yeah,
brother.
but we're forgetting one thing.
I knew it.
We're forgetting the key word in
I knew it was
retards.
going
No,
there.
hang on.
But in all fairness, I think that Daniel, the reason I picked Daniel to beat him was ring coverage. That Daniel's gonna shoot that straight 1-2 from the outside coming in. Joe's gonna cover up, and he's gonna be right back where he was when he fought Joyce. Bing, 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 bing. You're just gonna get lit the fuck up. Now, in the exchange, in fairness, that's mid-range. Anything could happen. Joe could get in with some shit. Daniel could get in with some shit. But I trust Daniel's power more than Joe's. Trust his power more. Like, yeah, that dude is retarded. He hit like a fucking horse, dog.
Well, hang on. The key to retard strength is retard. I think Joseph Parker moves around, just outworks him, outjabs him, and jab being the key word. How many times do we have to see Dubois get lit up with a jab?
No. See,
like
he tried that shit with Joyce, Jason, and we see what the fuck. Why do you think you gonna? He tried to box on the outside with Joyce. That's why he got beat the fuck up. Like, yo, you don't have the length to fight that fight, dog. You don't have it. Safest place for you is close to him, where you could get your shit off, and it's harder for him because his arms are longer. He chose to fight Joe on the outside, kept getting fucked up. If you do that with Daniel, yeah, you getting fucked up, bro.
Yeah, Julius, I agree with your general assessment of that fight, but the things that makes me worry about that potential fight is that Dubois already pulled off that fight, and I'm not really buying that shit, that injury, that sickness, or whatever the fuck.
I
didn't either.
I think it was both. Let's put our cards on the table. I don't think Daniel was sick. I think they looked at that shit. What the fuck we look like fighting fucking Joe, who might beat us, right? Why we gonna do that? Fuck, we gonna do that when it's money. We get money in the UK doing some other shit. I do think they pulled him out of that fight, but if they would have fought, I stand on it. I think Daniel would have won, but Frank probably ain't like it, If anything, fuck Frank. Daniel Dad probably didn't like that shit. Like, what we fighting him for? For what? The fuck? Nah, fuck that shit.
I agree. I agree
shit.
with that part. I agree with that part. Fuck Frank.
I'm just saying that they looked at that shit like, yo, why we gambling? Joe hot right now. Yeah, we probably could beat him, but we gonna have to go through all this shit to beat him. What we doing that for? Nah, I got a stomach virus, bro. I ate Chinese food yesterday. My stomach hurts.
Daniel Dubois was gonna have to hit him with a fucking baseball bat all night, and I don't think he was up for that shit.
But I think it would have been kind of like the Hergovic fight that, yeah, they would have been fucking each other up, strongman contest. I think Daniel would have won, but it would have been a pain in the ass. It would have been like, yeah, you got to keep fucking this dude up. He won't go away. You knock him down, he gets up. It's a pain in the ass. And I think they told him, like, yo, what we doing this for? We could get another payday for a bigger fight and lift the fight another day. Fuck we doing? And that's what I think happened.
So does that mean the Chisora fight is next?
I don't know, because the thing is, you could sell the Chisora fight. In fairness, Daniel Dubois versus Derek Chisora. Look, if you Daniel, I want revenge on Usyk. Go beat up Chisora, get a big ass bag, then go fight Usyk and get another big ass bag.
It is a big bag.
I'm saying Chisora in the UK, Daniel Dubois versus Derek Chisora. Yeah, you could sell that as Derek's last chance, the last dance. You know, he never was a champion, Derek, man. You could sell that this is it for you, bro. This is your shot. You've been in there with everybody, but you never had a belt.
Literally, fucking Chisora has the fucking Rocky Balboa record, Jules.
I ain't gonna lie. If Derek win that fight, like if they fight and Derek win that fight, dog, I'm gonna pull out my dick, dog, on the line.
Man, that shit would be beautiful.
Some shit is listen. Some shit is weird, right? Derek never cared about the belts, for example. He never cared about that. He was always about his paper, right? And even with the fight that he had right before this, he said, I didn't want it to be a fucking IBF eliminator. That's a scam, right? That's what he said. But look how it turned out. Now, the final fight of your career could be for a title. You done did it all. You made money. You fought everybody. You've been around since the fucking Klitschko's, bro. The one thing you never did was win a world title. You never did that.
And when he beats Dubois and becomes champion, that's right, I said when, you can make a movie out of that shit. Like,
dog. On Netflix, bro. On Netflix. starring fucking starring Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin is Derek Chisora.
No, Ving Rhames is Derek Chisora.
Mark Henry is Derek Chisora.
Oh shit!
That actually works.
Motherfucker, what's the dude that played Vision? What's the dude name? Dude that played Vision in fucking
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch is Eddie Hearn. Right?
That might work.
It could work. You know what I'm saying? It could work. Idris Elba is Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit gonna be crazy, dog.
Elvis is Joshua.
Trying to tell you, dog. Like, no, but in seriousness, it's crazy how it lined up for him, because he says he wants to fight now. That's what he's saying. I don't know if he's gonna get it, but he says that he wants it, the Dubois fight. So it's like, it's crazy how it lined up that the final fight of your career could be for a world title.
They're gonna cast Clint Eastwood as Bob Father.
Yeah, he'll be Bob Arum, and motherfucking Ricky Martin will be Oscar De La Hoya. That works. It's perfect. Fucking perfect, dog. McLovin has said Torres honestly showed a little bit of everything. Different angles, power, and brute defense, fighting stance, balance, a little bit off. But then again, at that weight, them blows will throw you off. And that's the other thing. Because I thought about it like, yeah, it was chippy and it was sloppy. But how many of these motherfuckers are actually graceful? Hergovic ain't graceful.
Not too many.
No.
Joyce ain't graceful. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They're a bunch of lumbering goons.
What I want now is I want a crossroads fight. Winner gets shot into space. Joyce versus I mean,
What?
loser.
Jesus Christ! That's gonna be somebody you hate, man.
Loser gets shot into space. Joe Joyce, Jared Anderson. I could go for that. I don't know. I don't like. I'm kind of leaning
Jared
towards
should win
Joe a little bit because Jared don't like tall fighters. That's established. He don't like guys that are bigger than him. That's established. That
But man, Jules, Joe looks like a fucking statue out there. He's just getting fucked up every time he fights now.
We could say with some certainty that Jared Anderson may be a heavyweight, but he doesn't have heavyweight power. He does not.
No. What are we supposed to do with him?
The dude that he fought, Riyad Meridi.
He's got like super middleweight power.
The 5'11" heavyweight that he fought, right? That dude got knocked out by a cruiserweight, bro. How the fuck you ain't knock him out, Jared? That dude got knocked out by a cruiserweight.
Because he's got super middleweight power.
Saying. I don't know. I don't actually, to me, that's a 50-50 fight. I don't actually know that you could deal with the pressure from Joe. Because if Joe not going to do nothing, he's going to keep coming after you. He is. You got to stop him.
Yeah, I don't think he should retire. I think he should keep fighting. I don't think he should retire.
No, he's not gonna. He's not gonna. He said he's not gonna. He's gonna keep going. He's gonna keep going.
That's a 60-40 fight for Joe, not 50-50.
You think Joe will win that one? I take a vote. Take a vote. Who thinks Joe Joyce wins that fight?
I do, for sure. I do. I'm not sold on Anderson. Fuck.
Who else?
I don't know what Aaron...
Got two for Joe.
I got Jared.
One for Jared.
I have Joyce.
3 for Joe.
Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
4 for Joe.
Yeah, I got Joe.
Fucking
No,
country.
yeah, I'm gonna take Joe,
no. Country did the country shit. You know what the fuck he did? He waits till 4 people pick Joe, then he picks Joe.
What the fuck are you talking about? I was waiting.
He did the country shit. It was fucking radio silence for 3 seconds.
You know what?
All right, I got Joe.
Jules, this is an improvement from what he usually does because I got Joe.
Yeah, you're on his ass for being Switzerland, Jules. At least he picked.
after 4 motherfuckers. Yeah, I got Joe. Yeah, I got Joe.
That's it. Fuck everybody. God damn it.
All right. Nobody else is picking Anderson. Nobody else.
No, fuck no. He's gonna get
I'm gonna go out on the limb and take fucking Anderson.
2 for Anderson.
I'm gonna go out on the limb just because I think Joyce is a fucking statue at this point.
Anderson and who? Anderson
and Joe Joyce and Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce. Oh shit! I had to step away. Joe Joyce.
No, I'm taking Joe Joyce.
No, I got Anderson. I got Anderson.
3 for Anderson. 3 for Anderson.
What, 3 for Anderson?
No,
really?
Anderson might have a nervous breakdown in the lead up.
He ain't gonna have a breakdown.
All right. Another one. If they would have fought, because remember, it was supposed to be them. Joe Joyce, Dillian White. Remember, they was the ones that was originally supposed to fight. It was supposed to be Joe Joyce and Dillian White.
That one's a little bit closer.
Only if Joe Joyce knows how to throw a good uppercut. Otherwise, I go with Dillian.
Nah, White's gonna drain. White's gonna
He did
tire
that
his
country
ass
shit again.
Dillian.
Joyce out.
Yeah, I'm going with Dillian. I think he whoops his ass.
All right, that's 4 for Dillian off top.
White. I'm gonna go with
I
White.
think
I think White beats his ass.
Yeah, Joyce doesn't have an uppercut.
5 for Dillian. Nobody has Joe in that.
No.
Jules, he's just getting fucked up now. Like,
no.
I mean, I know Dillian's fucking not exactly in his prime, but I think he has a little more left.
You want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
If they would have fought, I had Joe.
Yeah.
Whoa. Joe doesn't have
You know why I had Joe? You know why I had Joe?
But when was that though?
That was supposed to be Philippe was a late replacement, bro. It wasn't supposed to be him. It was
Philippe jumped on with like 4 weeks notice or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Dillian. The basis, Leo, is that I think even though Joe is a fucking statue and doesn't move his fucking head, right? I think Dillian would punch himself out, fucking him up, and then get knocked out.
Fair enough.
He gonna throw so much, and Joe not gonna stop, dog. Like you see, he got fucked up this weekend. He wouldn't stop coming on.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think
Yeah,
Dillian
but Philip
would
ain't
have
got
got
the power with Dillian.
Dillian got power. Did you see the Ebenezer Tete fight?
Yeah,
It's like you can't be looking. You can't be looking like that, and then you gonna beat this.
No, listen. If Dillian can just fall off and hit you in your shit, you gonna get hit hard. If he gotta set you up and he's hard, and if you got like some finesse about you and he gotta find you, it could look nasty.
I just don't think that he's gonna. He don't got that zing, that bah. He don't got. Dillian could crack. It's not like he can't. He could crack, but he don't got that zing, that bah. Get the fuck out of here. He don't have that. So you gonna be punching up Joe, and you gonna get tired of punching up Joe, and then he gonna light you up.
It's possible. I ain't gonna lie, because he definitely gonna get tired swinging.
So you just think Joe would win based on like attrition? He just wins
Did
because.
Did you see when Homer fought Dredrick Tatum?
Yeah.
Like that. Like that. Like you just gonna hit this motherfucker with everything. He's still gonna be there, and that's how he gonna get you. Like
he's gonna lead.
I think like Frazier. All right. Frazier, Clark, Joe Joyce. Who wins that?
Frazier Clark.
Frazier Clark, dog.
I'm gonna go with.
Bro, why would you do that to us, bro? Like, who the fucking answer?
Y'all getting fucking nervous because I brought up Frazier fucking Clark?
No, because
he got the egg
doing that?
Like,
bro, what?
He caught the egg-shaped form. I gotta see him. I don't know if he's different. He caught
Frazier Clark. What the fuck?
He caught the egg-shaped
All right.
Bro, give us something to work with, dog. You know what I mean?
All right.
I got a question for you guys. Does anybody watch or listen to that Andre Ward podcast?
Man,
Fuck him.
Hell no.
Fuck the biggest hater in boxing, Andre Ward.
Am I okay? So I'm not the only one then. I'm not the only one because I don't like that guy.
No, he's a fucking fraud and a phoney, bro.
Bro, I'd rather staple my dick to a burning log than listen to Andre Ward's podcast.
You don't gotta do all that. Yo, listen, you can just turn the radio off, dog. You don't gotta staple your dick.
I'd rather wait till I'm an adult. I'd rather wait till I'm an adult and get circumcised with no anesthetics.
Nah, look. In fairness, I don't listen to the podcast mostly because I don't actually listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to the same ones over and over. I'm fucking old, and that's boxing beats. Yeah, like boxing beats and like that's what I listen to. Like if I'm cooking eggs or some shit, I got beats on while I'm cooking eggs and shit. So and I haven't seen a guest that he brought on that would like. I know he had Joe Calzaghe on the other day, but I was like, I ain't really.
Yeah, that was grotesque. That was kind of grotesque. I just don't like. I don't like that guy, man. I don't know what like. There's something about him that just rubs me the wrong way.
I know what. No, I'm gonna be honest. I know what I don't. I know what I don't like about Dre, and it's that he's a closet hater.
Yep.
Look.
Yes.
Closet Jules, that motherfucker's out in the open with it.
I'm gonna tell you. No. I'm gonna tell you what it is. That look, his best work was in Mayweather's shadow. It could not be helped. While you doing your thing in super middleweight, all of the American populace's attention is on the welterweight division. They focused on Floyd and Manny. And you that's why he got that hater. That he was doing this thing. He's the last American male to win a gold medal in the Olympics. He feels that he did not get his just due. That's where the hater come from.
Okay, yeah, okay. There's an air of that, but there's also like a comparison, like a slight comparison that he throws in about himself with everybody else in a way. That's kind of annoying. Like, why do you have to throw yourself in the mix, or like your whole situation in the mix when we're talking about somebody else, and bringing it up constantly, like just throwing little jabs at everybody too. There's something wrong with it.
It's the hater. I'm telling you, it's the hater that while you was in the Super Six and you was doing your thing, that's his best work is the Super Six.
Yeah,
while he was doing that, why did I know
you were talking about Andre Ward?
Hold on.
Remember. The super middleweight division historically has always been a mostly European division. Only in recent years did Americans really start watching the super middleweight division. So when he was there, a lot of the American attention, they wasn't really watching that like that. They was focused on Floyd and Manny and Cotto and Marquez and Mosley and Margarito, and they was focused on that. So for him, he always gonna feel that he never got his just due. Now, look, his 2 pay-per-view appearances, right? They both flopped. The
Big
Kovalev
time.
fights didn't make no money, dog.
Big time.
So he always gonna have a resentment towards other guys that was popping. When AJ started popping off, what he said, I'll fight AJ. If you don't get the fuck out of here, dog.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Like,
when was it that Triple G outsold him in California fighting a bum?
He hate.
And then
that was like in 2015. Because I went to that fight. He fought Marco Antonio Rubio at StubHub.
The HBO shit, he was really mad because it's like, look, you gonna think what you think, right? But the reality is with the audience, Triple G is a fun guy. Is he fighting great fighters? No, but he leave motherfuckers bloody like a tampon after the fucking fight, dog.
Or he knocks him the fuck out.
And that's why they that's why they fucked with him, like, because we know Triple G quality competent. Like, come on, dog. Come on.
Yeah,
Daniel
that's
Gill.
conversation, bro. That's how
Daniel
you-
Gill.
Hey, Jules, that super chat's on point though.
ASVP said, I bet Benavidez fans love Mauricio now. Yeah, they love him, bro.
Shit.
They fucking love him right now. They love him.
Benavidez.
But yeah, Daniel Gill, Martin Murray, Willie Monroe, Curtis Stevens. It's like, because he fucked them up so bad. Like, I remember when he hit Curtis Stevens and he scored that knockdown.
Yeah, that fucking look at his face. Like,
and Stevens looked like yo.
He looked like he was
They were
seeing a
garbage?
ghost, bro, like an alien.
No, they were garbage, but we can forgive Triple G because he treated them like they were fucking garbage.
Yeah, like I think Andre felt HBO prioritized G over him, and maybe to a degree they did because he was easier to sell because he knocked people out at the end of the day.
Yes.
That's what it was. Like, he sold out the
Ward is just sad that he was always living in someone's shadow.
That's literally it. That, like, yo, when you was doing your thing, you was in Floyd's shadow. Floyd retired. Now it's looking like you in Triple G and Canelo's shadow. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember he used to fuck with Canelo the whole time that the G and Canelo bullshit is going on. Andre Ward fucked with Canelo. He liked Canelo. He picked
Andre
Canelo
Ward
to
is
beat him.
boxing's redheaded stepchild.
Until Canelo goes to super middleweight. Oh, now he hating on him. Why? Because that was your division, man. That's where you did your thing. That's where you did a lot of your best work.
Everything he couldn't.
Yeah. So it's a lot of hater in there, but that's really where it come from. And it's like, look, man, the shit is, you got a cerebral style. He was entertaining depending on the opponent. He was entertaining depending on the opponent. But you're not gonna be a superstar, right? And you come, I'm the son of God. Could you think of a more boring fucking name for yourself? I'm the son of God.
Yeah, aren't we all the fucking children of God? Even I learned that while I was in jail.
Well, that makes one of us, I guess. Because look, man. You know, everybody can't be electrifying at the end of the day, man. That's really what it boiled down to. Is that he could fight, good boxer, but everybody not a star. Everybody not a star.
He suffered from mediocrity, bro. That's all it was. He suffered from mediocrity.
Man, you look, not for nothing. Wait a minute. I'm gonna say this. That's the difference between Keyshawn and Shakur. I fucking said it. Keyshawn is a fucking star. Shakur is a good boxer. Keyshawn is a star.
Yeah. Yes, man.
If you're gonna call yourself the son of God,
and you know what's crazy?
Into the fucking blasphemy.
Well, you don't think Shakur could do his Lawrence Fishburne thing?
No.
Bro,
Make that work for him.
The shit is that, yo, look, you could be a great boxer, right? But motherfuckers shouldn't really have to explain why they should like you. Whereas with Keyshawn, it's not hard to understand, dog. Look what he did to Lemos. It's not hard to understand, dog.
Shit out.
Knocking motherfuckers out. I don't gotta explain nothing. Look, you know what I'm saying? And he's and personality wise too, though, because if you see Keyshawn on the mic, you see how he present himself to the camera. He's a star. He got that star shit. Shakur is like, you know, you from New Jersey, the Jersey Devils always smell like garbage over there, shit like that. Jersey Shore.
Wear skull shit. I get my Skeletor on.
Yeah, like no, that's Devin. That's Devin.
Sorry.
He's a good. The thing is, he's effective with what he does. Like, yeah, he's effective with what he does, but you're not a star. Not a star.
Yeah, but you need dance partners to make you a star, and he can't get the dance partners to fight him.
That's the other thing. They turned ducking Shakur into the coolest shit ever. Now, hey, I ducked Shakur today. Like everybody ducking him out in the open. Nobody saying, "Yeah, I ducked him yesterday, yo. Fuck him."
Well, I ducked that nigga last week.
How sad is that they actually made ducking you cool? Like, oh yeah,
they did, bro. They've been ducking this dude for like 5 years. Isaac ducked him. Frank Martin ducked him. Motherfucking. I ain't going front. Look, at this point, Loma, you ducking, bro. Yes, at this point you are. You got a belt, bro. What the fuck? Come on. You got a belt, bro.
Retire. Retire or get fighting.
I mean, at this point, Jules, I'm not even counting on Loma coming back because they already got Murataya and Abdullah fighting for that fucking belt.
Yeah, but he still has the. My thing is, yo, you had that belt for a minute, dog. Like you holding shit up, bro.
The crazy part is he hasn't fought, and Kambosos is about to fight his third fight since.
You can't make.
That's crazy.
Why they made that Hitchens versus
that shit was awful. I mean, come on. If that's not ducking fucking Matias, then what the fuck?
No, because Matias time is gonna come. My thing is, Eddie, you a fucking promoter. Who the fuck in New York you think want to see this shit, dog? You know that I might turn it on and face that wall the whole time, so I don't watch that shit. Who the fuck want to see Kambosos versus Hitchens?
If it were, people having trouble sleeping. If it were
Liam Bottle versus Hitchens, I'll fuck with it. If it were, if it were Liam Bottle, Kambosos.
What fucking precedence does Kambosos have at fighting for a title at 140?
I don't know.
No, but look, I fighters I like. I fighters
Hitchens is such a bitch.
But what I really don't fucking like is some of these content creators that make interviews of some of these guys in boxing. Like I understand you have to cover them, but that shit that that time Davis guy was saying, Shakur Stevenson is trying to age out Gervonta, and you spineless motherfucker, you don't say fucking nothing.
Oh, that dude's smoking dick.
Yeah,
because if he does, but look. There's an interview right now with Broadway Joel. Shout out to Broadway Joel that he pressed Mauricio. They're like, how you going to tell Russians they can't fight for the WBC title? That's discrimination, right? It's up on Twitter right now. And after that, he can't get an interview with Mauricio now. That's why motherfuckers don't say nothing. If you really get on your journalistic integrity shit, they not going to give you no access after that. That's why I be feeling, it's like spineless, kind of, yes. But if you do the real shit, yeah, you're not getting that interview again. You're not. Kenny ain't gonna come on there and say nothing. Like, what you mean you trying to age him out? Y'all the ones that's holding it up.
Yeah.
We all want him to say that. They're like, how could he age y'all out when y'all the ones holding it up? How?
Yeah, like you think True Gordy's ever gonna get another Tyson Fury interview?
Exactly. After that shit that happened, you think Tyson Fury gonna get that dude? Nah, it's a wrap for that.
Yeah, but do you understand what I mean? I understand True Gordy is bigger than all those other guys, but he did it, and he's good now. It's actually working for the zone. So why these other motherfuckers cannot do it?
I mean, like, look. The way it is, I choose to be a little bit of a silver lining guy, right? You extracting the information so that we could talk shit, and I appreciate that. Cause that's your bread and butter. You getting money, I get you. You got to maintain access in these relationships with these assholes to get your paper. I'm not mad at you. I ain't gonna say nothing, but thanks. Thanks. Because you gave us that. Because got us that soundbite.
Don't worry,
Leo.
I'm gonna be mad for you.
But Leo, you can't gloss over the fact that True Gordy is big enough to survive not having Tyson Fury on his show anymore. Like
that's true. Everybody don't got that kind of clout. That's true. True Gordy is a big ass channel. He don't need Tyson Fury interviews to keep the lights on, bro.
No.
It's a big channel. Whereas a lot of them other guys,
right there is the reason why a lot of the people who are getting the interviews, they're smaller channels and they're just smoking a bunch of cock.
That is also true. That is that. Yeah, they gotta kiss a lot of ass to get them interviews, man. They really do, though. And if you ask them a question they don't like, yeah, it's a wrap for that, bro. They ain't coming back. and you lose that access, you don't get those metrics. So it's a vicious cycle, man. But Kenny is like, man.
I understand what you guys saying, but I do not. I'm never gonna fuck with someone that helps other people spread misinformation, because that's what it is. You're spreading a false narrative. You're
no. I mean, we're not condoning it, but we understand it.
Yeah, you can understand it, but I don't support it.
And at the same time, it's like, look, man, all he could do is ask the questions. You know what I mean? If the dichotomy were different, like some part of me gotta have sympathy in the sense that these are not journalists that are being paid by a newspaper or a channel that is giving them a salary. So they don't, their financial security is contingent upon their ability to get access to these people. So if they compromise that in a moment of passion, then what the fuck you talking about, Kenny? Y'all the one holding this motherfucker up.
Yeah, like,
you know
it's like you can't get mad at a prostitute for doing what prostitutes do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn. I wasn't gonna go that far, but okay.
No, I'm gonna go take a. I'm gonna go take a shit. Go take a shit. Be right.
Sing songs of glory. Hey fellas.
Yeah.
I just want to try this out again. I wasn't on earlier because I was working like country, so I just want to let you guys know.
Oh,
hey,
God damn it, Drew.
Good for you, brother.
I love country. Hey, did Jules clown Jerry Soriano?
For what?
Jerry's been MIA, man. He hasn't been around in a while.
Well, no, remember the bet? Like, he bet Jules bet him $100 that his next fight wasn't going to be Bivol or Better Beef.
Yeah, but I do forget about people when I don't hear them for a couple of days. So.
You know what though? He's given him so many super chats. He's probably paid it off by now.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yo, I got one for y'all. I got one for y'all. Who do y'all got at 140? Keyshawn or Matias?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. It depends what Matias shows up.
True, right? Matias.
But have we seen Keyshawn get cracked the way Matias cracks?
No,
we have not.
We haven't.
So we can't. It's. I base it 50-50 just on the fact Keyshawn is unproven at 140.
Fair.
Man,
that's fair.
I will lean slightly towards Matias
because I don't know. Again,
we haven't seen Keyshawn get cracked.
The Hergovic fight, but Hergovic was hitting Matias hard as fuck, and Matias didn't fold up.
No, he didn't. And the physical advantage Keyshawn has at 35, he won't have at 40 like that.
No, he won't.
No, but look, I saw the Matias fight that he lost against that guy Sergey.
Paro?
No, the other one. The first one he lost. It was against a Russian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and in that fight, I swear to God, you go watch that fight, and this Russian guy was literally hitting Matias with the Dempsey rod. I'm not even kidding. And Matias stood there, and it didn't go down. So I don't know if you can really hurt
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. And Matias is one fucking tough son of a bitch.
No, he is, man. Leo, how do you feel about David being a 2-time email champ, and the top rankings are David Morrell, Vosdick, and Ramirez, and he has to defend against 2 mandatories because he's
a bunch of dicks smoking from the sanctioning bodies.
God, it's
that
fucking
look at the rank, like because the way he got the belt, he's got to do 2 mandatories. Like Jules been telling, like David, we're gonna get the David Morrell match, bro.
No, this is why I logged on today, because I do not understand how fucking basic Benavidez gets a belt. I don't get this shit.
Bro, I said this like 2 years ago. I said it like the only way David gets a fucking other title is if one goes vacant or one gets stripped for him. He doesn't beat any other champions above 168.
Like, that's what I'm not getting.
Bro,
how did they go vacant?
He pressured the WBC and his daddy Mauricio to fucking strip Bivol.
Why did they not give Turkey and Bivol the option to come to Vegas? Like, call the bluff and take the fight?
I think,
like,
honestly, bro, I genuinely think that's a non-starter, though, bro. That's a non-starter. Like, what do you mean the undisputed champion has to come to you? Like, that makes no fucking sense.
Well, It doesn't make any sense.
And Turkey's not
It's
gonna
not
pay for
fair.
like. I don't want that
Yeah.
shit. Fuck y'all. Good luck
No.
selling a pay-per-view with fucking David Morrell or Vosdick rematch.
Yeah,
Fuck out of here.
like that's the
Oh my
stupid
God,
part
that.
on the WBC because now you're not getting those sanctioning fees from Bivol's fight, and Bivol's
Oh
about to make
shit.
buku.
Like we
Oh
were
my God, I
speculating
don't. I
mostly.
just. I don't.
We were speculating that the reason why is because Bivol claimed 2.3 million and he got 10, so WBC only got so much of a cut, and Mauricio got mad.
Oh, yeah, Marisa, because you know why though, fellas? The smart move is the smart fighters are getting paid.
Niggas.
The smart fighters over there are getting paid in Bitcoin, man.
Yeah, honestly,
They're
yeah,
evading
that is smart.
taxes. They're getting paid in Bitcoin, and then fuck, it's nothing to cash that out because the way the Saudi government they bought Bitcoin so early that they can overpay them in Bitcoin because they're so up.
Fuck. I don't get this. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm retarded. I've been watching boxing a long time.
Well, I mean, you just gotta just write it off as the WBC doing WBC things, bro, because that's all this is. They've been crooked for fucking.
They never
decades
wanted
now,
the
bro.
Russian. They never wanted
half the
Russian
shit that we
Bivol
see
over the
that are
belt.
crooked from the last like 10 or 15 years. It's linked to the WBC, bro.
Yes, I agree. It's been obvious what they do.
And now you see why Dana White and Turkey are like, man, fuck these dudes, man. Let's get them the fuck out of here.
Oh God. Yeah, Bivol earned that shit, man. Fuck. He earned the belts, which outside of lineal, they're fucking pointless. But Jesus Christ, we got basic Benavidez getting titles. For what? He doesn't fucking fought anybody, and he
because
keeps getting
he's
belts.
participating, bro. That's his participation trophy. That's all it is. Bro. No real boxing fan sees Benavidez as an authentic champion.
Jesus Christ, no, fucking hell.
Well,
I thought maybe he would take the fight with Bivol if by chance he could fucking win, which I didn't think he could. Maybe Canelo fucking jumps up to 75 to spark his ass out. Just because fuck.
I mean, realistically, that's how a lot of the champions in the last like 4 or 5 crowning of American champions, they've all been email champions, like Boots, Stanionis, Tank. Did Shakur get emailed a belt?
Yeah.
Not emailed, right? Because wait, did he? Did he get emailed the belt? Or did he?
No, twice. Dude, he's a 2-time email champ.
No. He won. He won the WBC from Valdez.
Well, no, he didn't Devin give it to him?
Did he fight for it or was it emailed to him? Because it's a difference. If you had to fight for it, I ain't gonna say you an email champion. Or did he get elevated?
No, I'm pretty sure it was given to him because he pressured for the mandatory status and Devin dropped it for him.
Yeah, remember they made Devin champion in recess.
Yo, America going out sad, bro.
But how does it feel? Like I love.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the fucking American champions right now are their email champions.
They just getting promoted to those positions, bro. Basically,
DEI, right?
Well, no, he won a vacant title.
They're doing the bare ass minimum and becoming champions doing it.
No,
yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Dimitri got to go through a gauntlet. Artur got to go through a gauntlet. He knew he got to go through a gauntlet. It's like Usyk got to go through a gauntlet. That's crazy, bro.
No, Shakur did not get emailed. He won a vacant title from when he fought Los Santos.
That's what that was. Oh, he shouldn't have got a title for that bullshit.
But see, like I've gotten so sick. I've gotten so sick of elevations and vacants. Like it really means something when you beat the champion for his belt.
I mean, put it this way. I'm gonna take it to the women. Katie had to go to 40 and fight Chantel Cameron not once but twice to become undisputed. Clarissa goes through a vacant division. Ain't nobody up there. They literally cooked up every belt that she won in that division. And for that, the Americans have her as the #1 pound for pound.
And I'm supposed to kiss her ass because of that.
That's like American
exceptionalism.
That's America being desperate to be back on top. That's what it is. Yeah, it is American exceptionalism. They're desperate to be back on top, and they're manufacturing people now. That's
I didn't even notice how many guys they like. I didn't even realize that they're like, yeah, a lot of the American champions are just being elevated to the position of
Yeah,
champion.
like
They're
I
not
realized
even
that shit a
winning it.
couple of years ago.
Because, like, yeah, Boots got elevated to IBF. Fucking Hitchens, Hitchens won his belt. I'll give him that. He did beat Liam Pato.
And this is
Hitchens won it in a bitch
and this is
way.
Boots' first legit. I'm fighting the active champion.
So, but he gonna fuck him up though. I ain't even mad. Like that's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a good fight.
That's gonna be good. I'm happy for that. Has Jerry Soriano hit you up with your 100 yet?
Come on, dog. That dude not gonna pay me, dog. He paid me that 100 in super chats, dog. Like that dude not gonna pay me, dog. Like he
paid
gonna
him off in $2 super chat.
For real, like he gonna call a boxing voice about me tomorrow, bro. That's what
I had
he
a good
gonna
time
do.
with Soriano.
So how
Jules is gonna get a crate of fucking
crazy,
plátanos
Jules?
before he gets money.
But I don't know what Jerry's gonna do because he loves Turkey because of Terrence Crawford, calling Terrence Crawford the A side. But what's he gonna do now that David Benavidez got punked by Turkey? How's he gonna?
Look, the shit is that Davis situation, like this hullabaloo about him getting a belt. Like for me, it's a little bit boring because I know that. Look, when everybody calm down from this bullshit, right? Nothing new is gonna happen. You still not gonna fight shit.
No,
you not.
Bro,
Like
I guarantee you, because look, if he,
Jules, you called
I don't
this
think
out.
he fights
You said
Zerto
this
this year.
over a month ago.
I don't think he fights Zerto this year. I think he goes after Jesse Hart, saying that he needs a tune-up or a defense with his title.
bro. Or then I guess he gonna fight on the undercard then, because you can't
These
charge
people are
$80.
shameless, my nigga. Like you
Not
think these
like
people
that,
don't got
bro.
shame.
That's you gonna charge people $80 to watch him fight Jesse Hart?
Do me a favor,
bro.
Jules. Look at
$80 to watch that
Samson
nigga fight
Lemkowitz.
Hector Luis Garcia.
Hey, no, Jules. Look at Samson Lemkowitz and ask yourself that question again.
The shit is that you can't. The shit is this. Is what I'm saying,
He's got
right?
a valid point there.
With every pay-per-view that they did for David, you could see, and by PBC standards, you could see that they tried. That they tried to make it a presentable main event. If you do Jesse Hart as a main event, bro, you just giving up. Then
in the new alliance, does Top Rank have a 175 pounder for them?
Of that black dude behind the tree rubbing his hands together? That's Samson right now.
For real. But on some real shit, I just got a feeling that like, yo, you got that belt and all that, and you're not even gonna stay there. And you're not even gonna stay there. Because I just don't see how it works out the way you could get fights that you could sell on pay-per-view. Who?
But Julius, I have a question about that. Joe,
somebody possessed by an owl?
No, you're talking under the belief that David is gonna go to Cruiserweight to fight Zurdo.
Thought he was gonna do that anyways.
Yeah, but do you believe that he's gonna stay there after he fights Zurdo?
This is the thing. This is how I see it. He could go up there, fight Zurdo, right? If he win, Oscar will find him ham and eggers to keep busy with. Because he did that for Munguia for years, bro. He had him fighting who the fuck and what the fuck.
Yeah.
Same with Zurdo too, low key. Yeah. Like he had him fighting a lot of what the fuck for a minute before he actually fought Bivol. And that's if David wins. Now, if David loses, bro, that's apocalypse, bro. If David loses, all the American podcasters is gonna hide under the bed.
I don't think David stays.
Yeah. Because
I don't think David stays at cruiserweight. Because how are you gonna still talk about Canelo at cruiserweight?
The shit is that fat motherfucker don't have a choice, bro. That fat motherfucker don't have a choice, dog. Like I don't even think he making light heavyweight easy. I don't.
No. Look at how he was shit without Memo that won the first fight with Bozdick.
Exactly.
Bitchy he was in the lead up to his fight.
I don't think that he making that weight easy. I think he want to go to cruiserweight. I think he want to go up there just for the break of having to make weight.
I'm telling you, I'm the same size as David Benavidez. I don't understand how you get down to 175, bro. The point I'm
making, you go to cruiserweight, right? Like whether you at light heavy or cruiser, right? The problem is the same. The activity rate. You must gonna be a once a year fighter from now on. You must be, because it's not safe for you at those weights. It's not safe. There's no money. Like the money that it is money, you don't want to get it. So what the fuck are you gonna do?
I mean how else is he gonna extend his career?
No, but like
the dude
bro,
is a bum basher.
He is, but like Jules, like you said, the way Oscar did Shakur, like you wants to pay, you got to sign a deal. Oscar's not going to give fucking David Zerto without a 2 to 3 fight deal.
You made the fucking point for me that like he not just gonna give him Zerto, you know. There's gonna be strings attached. Like you're not just gonna give him Zerto.
You got to be a golden boy fighter if you win for the next 2 to 3 fights.
You got to give him a blowjob.
Does he got to give him a blowjob in front of what's her name? Oscar's girl.
Yeah, in front of the bitch and Ryan Garcia, because Ryan gonna write a song about it.
No, he ain't gonna write a song. He's gonna do a diss track, man.
Yeah, because at least we could say a lot of things about Oscar
and everything, bro.
We could say a lot of things about Oscar, but Oscar's not dumb in that. I'm not just gonna let you come get my guy. And
I mean, if you were that way with William Zepeda, who is not a champion, you held to fight the ransom for a signature with William. I'm convinced you would do that with Zerto. He's a unified champion. Why wouldn't he do that?
And I think David Zerto's unified. Why would I just give him away?
And David and Sampson, right? They got a cool thing going with Oscar. Like, bro, you already know that's my prediction. Like, yeah, if this Heyman shit, that well is drying up, dog. Like, you gonna have to make a power move soon, cause
you said
ain't nothing over there.
Fucking 6 months ago that he was gonna fight Zerto.
And that's where he gonna go. Shout out to Caesar. Basic Vitas is actually done wiping the sweat off him from that Bivol fight. Now look, motherfuckers, I'm sleepy because I did this live right after I came from the gym. So I'm gonna fucking go to sleep. Fucking tired.
You're gonna grab some ass.
Good night, homos.
No, I'm not. I'm literally gonna go to fucking sleep.
Peace out, Jules.
I'm gonna go live on Wednesday. Wait, tomorrow's Wednesday? No, tomorrow's not Wednesday. I'm gonna go live on Wednesday. Shut your ass up. Go live on Wednesday.
I'm gonna be in Hawaii.
You gonna be in Hawaii for real?
Oh yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
You gonna see the Polynesian big titties? Big titties
I'll
over
come
there.
back on Wednesday. I got Let's get it.
I'll see y'all on the next one.
Later.
Night, Jules. Night, everyone.